Welcome in, guys. Welcome into Bingus. Hello. Today it's me and Adef. How's it going, Adef?
I'm chilling. I'm excited. I watched yesterday's match after I concluded my stream because everybody was saying that the Bingus was so hot yesterday. And it was. The matches yesterday were so good. The Aggie-Parky matchup, I won't say who won in case you haven't seen. Though, Loki, I think we got the Aggie-Parky on the layout right now, Dom.
Oh, shit. Yeah, true. I forgot to change this specific one.
But that match was really sick. And so I'm excited to watch some Bingus today. I haven't played this particular format myself. Obviously, some chatters will know I've been in the Bingo Brawlers before, but I've taken a break this season, didn't even play in the preseason, so I haven't played a lot of this base game DLC switch-up.
Yeah.
But it's been so fun to watch. I think it's cool to watch players who have such a wide berth of knowledge, because truly this season requires you to know everything.
Yeah.
The knowledge requirement is so high this season.
It's very, very high. And I think that's why it's also a bit intimidating, right, as a viewer even, to try and understand everything that's happening. You're like, they're going all over the place. There's so many niche things that they're talking about. But that's why we're here as the commentators, to kind of guide you guys through these matches and explain why maybe some things are more complicated than others or why some things are really difficult. All of those fun things is why we're here. And it looks like that the players are ready. Let's go ahead and move on to the match screen here. But yeah, Adef going to be bringing in some cool perspective. Oh, I forgot to bring in Iron News. Hold on just a second here. Uno momento.
I'm excited to watch Blanks and I'm excited to watch Iron because these are two incredibly gifted players. Obviously, we've seen a lot of Blanks in Bingo Brawlers in the last couple seasons, but Iron is a very well-respected French player. And, you know, Dom and I have faced up against the French before, and they are, for some reason, the country of France is very good at FromSoft games.
Yeah.
There are so many talented French players, and so I'm excited to see, because I haven't seen a lot of Iron's gameplay. I think last week was his first match, correct? And he did quite well from what I saw. So I'm very excited to see what these two players, what this matchup looks like. Because also, something that I know about Blanks is, like, Blanks does a lot of scouting on his opponents, I think. Blanks and I have had conversations in the past in DMs about, like, certain players' play styles. So this is something I think Blanks really thinks about. And so it's interesting for a player like Iron to come into the fold kind of, you know, in the middle of things, who there's not a lot of data on yet. So I'm curious if Blanks is sort of just going to play his game and not try to anticipate too much, or if last week was enough data to form an opinion.
Yeah, I'm not sure if, like, one game is ever enough to, like, really get a good read on somebody, especially as somebody who maybe doesn't even know themselves yet what they like to do, right? Or, like, what they feel comfortable with. I do know that Iron U has been practicing a bunch of bingo, so he maybe has, like, his own style. But obviously, once you're actually in official matches, you start to kind of develop a secondary style almost, specifically just to those matchups that you're looking forward to, right? So if you know next week you're playing so-and-so, I feel like you kind of adapt a little bit, either of their play style or try to counter their play style as well. You know, some people will have definitely said they've done, like, research on the opponent, being like, oh, I know they like doing this or they don't like doing this, so I tried, you know, making this move or that move, which is always really fun to watch. But yeah, I think it's a very anticipated match as well, because Iron U's last match last week was very promising, and obviously now facing Blanks on top of that, the Season 4 champion here. I think this is a very big moment for him specifically to prove that he's allowed to hang out with the big boys. You know what I mean? Like, being like, hey, can I put up a fight against one of the champions of Bingo Brawlers and make it a fun watch, you know, at the end of the day. So that'd be very exciting.
You have to imagine that there's some nerves too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, obviously, you know, this is Iron's first season. And so I can tell you from experience, your first season is the most stressful one. My first season, I was so stressed every game. Even my second season, which was my first as a solo player, there's just a big difference between playing on a team where, like, I can rely on Chris sometimes when I'm not sure what to do. But my first season as a solo player, it's really stressful. Like,
Yeah.
you have no one else to rely on. You are fully just doing your own thing. And so it can be really stressful. And so I'm always interested to see how new players handle that. And this season has so many newcomers that it's kind of exciting. Like, everybody's being thrown into the fray at the same time.
Yeah. And I think, I think the big point that you brought up is the whole team play thing, that normally when you are a little unsure about something, you'd be like bouncing off your ideas, be like, hey, what do you think about this specific situation? But when you're by yourself and all of a sudden you get sniped, you're like paralyzed for a second. You're like, what's okay? I don't know what to do now. You know, what do I do next? Those moments happen all the time, 100%. I think those are kind of insane moments that kind of showcase, if you are able to get through that, how strong of an opponent you are. If you can mentally, and we've seen this a couple of times, and it's so impressive. When someone gets sniped, the immediate quit out, immediate port somewhere else. Like, they already knew that if that was going to happen, like, okay, I can react to this. I know exactly what I want to do next. Because sometimes you see players on the map, and they're just moving that cursor, and they're looking, and they're thinking. And the longer it goes on, the worse it gets, you know? But, yeah, so that's why it's always really just a treat, I think, when people are on the top of their game, like in the zone, if you will. And here we have the board, by the way, for match 1.
Ooh.
Armor's Boss, bow only. Okay, that
center square.
That's a nice. Oh my god, we got some big fights here too. We got Garunk, we got Melania row 3, we got Morgott row 4, we got Fia's champs. Those are some big fights that I really like to see here. Maybe even an early Melania based on that position there too on the board. Anything?
I would say 30 arcane on a corner square feels pretty strong to me. That's an easy rush, but always you're making a gamble when you dump into one of these stat investment squares early, because if your build doesn't center around that, you have fully wasted so many runes on something that is really not going to benefit you. Now, granted, Arcane does benefit bleed builds, and bleed is pretty common in Bingo because status effects that chunk damage are so nice. So could be useful. 2 Knights Calves, a great square. That's pretty fast. Scar Seals synergize with a lot of stuff, just the stuff that Dom is starring here. Godric while summoning Nefeli Lu is good. Now, granted, you might want to do Godric bow only, but then you cannot do Godric summoning Nefeli Lu. These 2 squares are cannot be done by the same player on Godric. Because while summoning Nefeli Lu is not, famously, a bow and arrow. She's a person. So that doesn't count.
A human being.
A human being. And then, of course, I do like that you start here also. 3 friendly NPCs, also on a corner slot. These corner slots, I'm a player that personally loves board position. I think I really value where a square is, not just what the square is. So a corner square is so important to me. Yeah,
no, I agree. I think that kind of adds value. I think I was telling Parky this actually once we did like a practice match where I was like, depending on the board position, kind of like add a number. So like if you look at like, this is the best way that I've like been able to like really board read a lot better, is like 30 arcane to me is like, if you range it 1 to 5, 5 being like, it's just good, it's just a banger, right? Like 2 Knights Calves right now to me, that's a 4 if not a 5, right? And depending on the board position, you add 1 or you take 1 away, depending on how good it is. And that way it kind of tells you the value. Right now, Knights Calves being a 4 to me, but it's row 1, column 3, which isn't the best position. Now it's a 3. So it's still a good rush, but it's maybe not the best. Whereas Arcane, even if you get like Bloodblade from Altus, for example, with a dagger, this 30 Arcane can be really good. And it's a corner square on top of that. Now it's like a 3, maybe 4. So maybe I want to consider this more over the Knights Calf. Right, so you can kind of like assess values of squares just based on like maybe that kind of like mental math real quick. Be like, okay, like what do I like, what I don't like, what's the position looking like as well.
As a data enjoyer, I really like this method of like scoring squares. To sort of like objectively value them based on speed, board synergy, and position. So like if we look at Kill 1 Duelist Boss, for example, that's a very, very, also we're getting going here. Here we go. Kill 1 Duelist Boss, very fast square. Like very, very fast square, very easy. However, its board position is like not tremendous. Like, you know, row 3, I can tell you right now, is not going to be a bingo row in this game. I would be shocked if they bingo on row 3. So like I'm not super concerned about blocking row 3. Column 5 maybe could be, you know, a bit of a threat. It's a couple not too bad squares. But basically what Dom is saying here is like, I'm going to value kill one duelist boss as a rush square lower than some of the other things with better position, personally.
Right. Like, I mean, 33 friendly NPCs is a corner square. It's rush. Like, that to me is almost a no-brainer. I would like to have a wieldable weapon and immediately go for it. And if we're looking at the classes here, by the way, from the two players, they did go with two different classes. We have the Lord Soren Greatsword on blanks here, and then we have the Stone Club, actually, for Iron use. So I wonder what made their decisions so different. Maybe it's just based on preference of weapon, or it could be the stat line, because we do have 30 arcane here. Maybe one of the classes just has a higher arcane stat line. For the players that, or for the people that at home that don't know, the base game classes have randomized stats. So it's not just randomized gear, but also the stat line itself is shuffled. So some classes can have like a really high arcane stat, but then have like really low health. You know, it's not just the default vagabond, you know, 15 vigor, 14 endurance stat line. It's all going to be shuffled, which is makes it more fun. It makes it, if anything, a bit harder to also kind of think about how you want to go about the board, being like, okay, if I like this weapon, but all of a sudden I have to put in way more levels to even use it because this specific class has a terrible stat line, you know, then you have to like make some more, you know, thought progress on how you want to go about that specific problem. But we see both players right now rushing what seems to be the Agile Lake North. Yeah. Grace grabbing Torrent here, and then we might see them deviate. This is where things get interesting, is like, where do they deviate? Is one of them going to rush Duelist and one of them go for Knight's Cast? Are both going to go for Duelist? Are both going to rush Arcane? We'll see that in just a second here.
To me, rushing Agile Lake North from both players, love Blanks' movement. That slide down is so saucy. I think rushing Agile Lake North tells me they both have a rush square in mind. Because this is the faster thing that doesn't give you map presence towards Stormvale. So that means they just want to get Torrent and unlock all of the sort of like bonus graces on the map as fast as possible. And so that means they probably both have something in mind. As far as the weapons go, I kind of prefer the Stone Club personally. I think the status options are maybe better on the Lord Soren Straight-Sword, and probably Blanks was just looking at a stat line, I'd say. I like that weapon, and it's wieldable pretty much right away, whereas Stone Club has a higher strength requirement. But Stone Club, the poise damage is just so good. Also, Iron spending some runes, probably, to be able to wield the weapon. So we're looking at maybe a duelist rush here. Yeah,
it looks like they're actually a duelist race. I think Blanks is also making his way to the exact same area here. He can't wield his weapon just yet, but he does have the money as well. Both of them starting with the Lance Between rune, not with the Stone Sword keys. The more popular, I would say, starting keepsake that gets you access into Altus Tunnel for the upgrades here. They both kind of forego that and actually want to go for the Duelist instead here, but it looks like Iron You doesn't have the best line towards Duelist compared to Blanks here. Blanks already in the Catacomb, opening the door, and had a nice jump onto the cliffside here, whereas Iron You is going down the graveyards instead.
Well, I will say one thing, though. One of the reasons there's a difference is because Blanks chose to sit down at this Grace End level here, whereas Iron leveled at Agile Lake North, which I personally prefer.
I agree.
I don't know. Do you even skip the Murkwater Catacombs Grace here, maybe?
I would. But actually,
I feel like
Iron U's health is really low here, and these imps can sometimes iframe you at the lever.
Sure.
So I think that grabbing this Grace is actually not a bad idea, because you can sometimes have an incident here. Because like you get surrounded by these imps, and if they all hit you at the exact same time, you get a bleed proc, you're immediately dead. So the grabbing the Grace
I don't know.
For safety.
At a square this rushable, I feel like maybe you do have to just take that risk. Because, I mean, Blanks is getting a 6 or maybe 8 second lead here. And I can tell you this fight from Blanks is going to be clean. So, like, it might just be over. But, you know, anything can happen here.
Not the best damage. We're taking the riposte here. Yeah, Blanks is definitely ahead for sure. And especially because they both have a heavy weapon.
Closer than you might think.
Nah.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, that was a big riposte. The get-up attack is just going to be enough.
Oh, the double smack, though. Oh, he didn't get the riposte here, though. There it is. Blanks grabbing the first square on the board here. Kill one duelist boss. Iron You getting sniped here. Sadly losing some time on the duelist. So now
you do have to just finish the fight here, because it's going to be only a little bit slower than Mogging, and this is some runes. Early level, you may as well just finish the fight.
It's definitely annoying, but it's the better move for sure. Now the decision comes to do you do Scar Seals, do you do 30 Arcane, and it looks like that we're seeing actually friendly NPCs here from Blanks. Immediately going for Vare, going to go for that kill, and I believe we're seeing maybe Knight's Cav here from Iron U.
I was going to wonder maybe if he's going to Bach, but yeah, it looks like maybe Knight's Calves.
Oh,
he is going
Bach. Maybe he's doing both. He's doing it on the way, maybe.
Splitting progress a bit here.
Missing the R1s there is definitely tough. There we go. No, he is. Oh my God, they're. Oh,
this might be a double snipe because Blanks has a little bit of
tough.
priority here. Who's the meta third NPC to do?
Yura, normally, and Agil, because it's a weapon check as well. And we see definitely the weapon difference already showing here, where this Lord Sword and Great Sword is just kind of doing just like a little bit more damage as well, and also the range is just really, really nice. Nice health cancel there.
Nice heal skip. Ooh,
Oh, and they're both rushing to Yura now. I do believe Iron U is actually maybe a little bit closer. Let's bring up the map. The map is back. They're both actually, he's right here. So they're very close to each other. This is really, really close.
This might just come down to marking. This might just fully come down to marking.
Iron U, I think, is a little bit ahead. He might be a little bit ahead here. There we go. We're arriving. People arrive. Oh, my God. Yeah, they're really almost... Okay, Iron U gets the first hit. Trying to get some stamina. Goes for those R1s now. Oh, my God. It's, yep. Yura back hopping. And he gets the flask heal.
Oh, if Blanks gets the heal skip, it should be cooked.
Oh, no. Oh, Blanks did get a heal skip there. Oh, no. Yura just healed. Oh, but Yura's dealing a lot of damage here as well. That great sword range is really helping Blanks right now. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Long.
Yeah, that great sword. Two more hits. Iron U sadly having some bad RNG versus Yura here. And there it is. That's Blanks. Gets the nice hit there. Bang. There it is. 2-0.
Oh, that is so tough. If you're Iron, you feel
really
like you've
tough.
just wasted so much time.
Not even grabbing the weapon. Immediately pouring to Scenic Isle right afterwards.
I will say Iron's map movement, he must be Keeb or he's splitting.
No, he's controller, but he used keyboard and mouse only for the map because it's faster.
I mean, his warps are really fast.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's cool. It is. Mouse and keyboard for specifically the map is crazy. Like, you move so much faster.
Wow, that is so tough.
Yeah, I sniped back-to-back on Duelist and Friendly PCs. And now they're both in Lascar Ruins here, grabbing the Smithing 3, going straight towards, I'm assuming, the Merchant here now. Adolf, I'm not sure if you've seen this. This is like the newer meta strat for the auto upgrade, is going towards this Merchant because he sells Smithing 1s and 2s, 3 of each. So you can just pretty much set up your weapon to +7 off of just running to this Merchant pretty much. And then after that, because of auto upgrade and the whole like dropping and picking up thing, once you're at 7, you can go for Somber 4, 5, 6 from Old Altus Tunnel. And that way, you pretty much save a lot of time and you can kind of front load your damage very quickly after just doing this one route and one Altus Tunnel. You're already at +6 Somber.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm loving the optimization. Not buying the lantern, kind of cringe. You're gonna need that, okay? I don't know if you know. He almost went back for it. Oh no, he's looking at the bow. Okay.
He saw the bow.
He doesn't want to be able to see in dark places. That's on him. I don't want to.
He's played enough. He's memorized it. He's memorized
no.
it. Yeah. Okay, we're in Kayla now. So he's going to grab the Somber 4 here, actually, near O'Neill, rather than going into Old Altus, because they both serve the Lands Between rune. They don't have the Stone Sword key, so he has to go for a different path here to upgrade. Because the Old Altus Tunnel takes 2 Stone Sword keys to open. So we grab the Somber 4 here instead, and then we grab the Smithing 4s, I'm assuming, as well. That gets you to Somber 5. And then we're going to, I'm assuming, just set up Radon Grace here for Iron U. For Blanks, we grab the Academy key, which is very interesting.
Yeah, maybe it's
Imbued Sword key?
Remembrance Boss, Remembrance Weapons only, or...
Oh, yeah, Membi. But also, I guess, Imbued Sword key, because you need
yeah, true.
Ori Lucaria for that. Surprised no one's really rushing Scar Seals here, though. It's a corner square. It blocks the diagonal. I think especially for Iron, you would be a really nice pickup. But I think also for him, it's like, I got sniped on Duelist Boss and friendly NPCs. I don't want to do another rush square, because, like, what if he does that too? You know? So I kind of understand doing the setup here right now.
And also, yeah, I think just there's so much killing on this board.
Yeah.
I feel like if you don't set up a weapon, you are going to have to at some point. So maybe this is one of those moments where, like, you get double sniped. You're like, you know what? Let me just make some progress towards something that can't be sniped, which is just board progress and getting my weapon set up. And I think that makes a lot of sense.
And, yeah, so what I really like to see here as well, by the way, is the fact that Iron U also went with the Stone Club. Because we do have 4 unique Gargoyles / Blackblade Kindreds, and that strike damage is going to be really, really helpful versus that specific fight. Also, Deathbirds, by the way. Deathbirds and Deathrite Birds are also weak to strike, which we have on column 1. So I like this weapon choice for Iron U. It just sadly didn't pan out for him in the early game. But he might be looking at setting up Garronk here, going past the Duelist Catacomb they were just at, and grabbing maybe Third Church. Do we also have Explosive Physic on the board?
I don't think so, but there is unique Erdtree or Putrid avatars. But yeah, I don't think I see explosive.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you could pick up maybe, isn't Golden Land near here? The Holy
the
Ash of War?
Sacred Blade is on the way here. Golden Land
Blade,
is next to the tree here. It's not that far away either. It's just next to the big tree, pretty much.
So, like, you could pick that up for use on Deathbirds, Deathrite Birds, but I think if you already have Strike, you don't really need to worry about, like, also getting Holy and going into Faith at all.
Right.
It's just, especially in base game where, like, the health bars aren't as big as DLC, I don't think it matters as much. Okay, wait, hang on. Maybe I was cooking?
Yeah, Sacred Blade pickup here is huge, especially for the Deathbirds, right? Because
okay, I was cooking.
That will that'll block out that column 1 and that row 3. So I do like this choice from Iron U, being like, hey, like, I need this Ash of War. I think it's going to be making those fights way faster. This also sets up a grace for Garronk later as well. So I really like this just in general as a setup. And now both players are setting up right now, upgrading a bunch. We see Blanks upgrading to, I believe, plus 11. I don't think he had enough money for plus 12 there. And now going back to Aguil Lake North. I'm assuming he's looking for Knights Calves here. Blank's already having 2 squares on the board, meaning like, hey, all right, well, I did my upgrade. He didn't go for it. I'm going to go for it now.
Right. Ooh, there was Falx in the Twin Maiden. So if I'm Iron U, I'm probably putting Holy on my Stone Club.
Yeah.
And then double maining Falx and the club. Ooh, and leveling up the shield. This is smart. We have auto upgrade, so all you need to do is upgrade something. And then just drop the weapons you want to upgrade. Now we're probably going to apply the Ash of War, I would imagine. Oh, we're sombering up.
This first.
Is good order. This is good order.
Dropping, picking up, just to save time here. Sacred Blade now on the Stone Club. And then we're going for Deathbirds, which I really like. First of all, he's not putting himself in front of a snipe. But also on top of that, he's blocking out 2 lines already from Blanks here. So I really like this play. We don't have sorceries on the board, which is a little bit of a shame, because one of the Deathbirds does drop a sorcery. Besides killing the Deathbirds,
I like this play a lot.
I don't see anything else value-wise from the Deathbirds, but these fights are going to be going very, very quickly here with this Sacred Blade.
I will say the only thing is Iron's health is so low.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, look at that Sacred Blade damage, though. Yep. This is going to be free.
It's strike damage and holy damage is going to be big, big damage. Look at that chunk.
Bro. Also the scaling. Yep. Like, he's just, his
Christ.
Weapon is much higher than, like, base Liurnia scaling right now. Oh, yeah.
You got to show
his
the
RTA brain. His RTA brain was, like, immediately warped, but then he remembered, and good on him to remember. You got to show the enemy felled.
It's stressing me out, dude. Stressing me out. So yeah, second Knight's Cav almost already dead here for Blanks. Oh, gets tagged, though, by the flail. Already pretty low health here. He has, like, no armor on. But his health is actually really solid compared to Iron U's.
This is pretty standard, I think, for players like Blanks of just like, oh, don't kill the merchant.
This town's finished.
This town's finished. Away!
Away! Foul beast! And there we go. Nice second Knights Cav here from Blanks. 3-0 currently on the board, but Iron U is setting up other squares right now. Once he gets this Death Ray purchase, decent amount of money. He's going to be marking some other things on the board as well at some point. Blanks maybe checking Greatsword chest right now just to see if there are other options. We do have Falx at the round table, but maybe he's looking for a potential Health and Steeple. Maybe an Alabaster's Lord Sword.
Yeah, he didn't even check the Twin Maidens, I think, so he probably doesn't have the knowledge on the Falx right now. It's Letta's sword. You're not going to use that.
Yeah,
you're not going to use that.
Run towards, run towards. Yep. When this attack happens, just run towards the Death Ripper. They just all kind of like hit the floor.
Death Ripper is one of those fights that before you learn it is so awful.
Yeah. Oh, God.
No, show the enemy feld.
Bro.
Show the enemy feld.
He keeps doing that because he wants to move so fast, bro. He's like a golden retriever.
I was about to say like a dog chasing a car.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I gotta go, 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 go.
Moving fast, though. Two Deathbirds, one Deathbird, one Death Ray Bird already dead here for Iron U. Just one more Deathbird, and he has that really nice block on that column 1 and that row 3. But then he's still looking like he's a little bit in trouble here. He did check that Liurnia merchant, and he can buy an Erdtree bow from that merchant. So getting center square after might just be really, really nice to block out this column 3 and the diagonal bottom left to top right. So he might consider that. Shifra is a good check here as well for bow if he wants to do that.
This Deathbird's going to get melted. This Limgrave scaling is going to...
Sheesh! Almost a two-shot.
That's an R1, bro. It's an R1. Okay, so we've got Iron on the board. It's always a little nerve-wracking at the beginning of a match when it snowballs a little bit. Yeah. Of like, am I even going to get to mark something? But then psychologically, I think once you mark even just one square, it shores up the nerves a little bit of like, okay, I'm on the board, like, have some presence. Obviously, this doesn't promote any lines for Iron because this was a purely defensive square. There's no lines that apply to that helps him.
Yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
Are you thinking he's just going for money and then 30 Arcane here? I think it's just like another rush square?
Yeah, because Blanks right now is going for Scar Seals, I believe, currently in Weeping. And so this 30 Arcane will block out 3 lines simultaneously with that 30 Arcane. So I do kind of like this, like, very... Like, you know what? I know my health is low, but I have to really block these lines. These are getting out of hand.
Wow, that is a risky but much faster way to handle this Putrid.
Yeah.
To get the Somber 10, do you ever really need a 10? I guess Malenia is on the board.
It's been more and more favored. It doesn't take that much more time. And whereas... maybe like from plus 22 to plus 25 for smithing, it doesn't really matter too much. For some somber weapons, plus 9 to plus 10 is kind of a big spike sometimes. So people have been considering it more and more, especially, if Malenia or Morgoth's on the board, if Nile is on the board, any like really big annoying boss, or if there's just a lot of killing in general, you want to obviously do it as fast as possible. And it only takes you an extra like 15, 20 seconds.
Oh. Wow, okay. Had the quit out ready to go, but wound up landing on the ledge anyway. That was so close. Okay, he's got the stuff he wants. Porting away to get the Somber 7. So this is sort of the standard Somber collection route with these Graces. Yeah. This is just how you do it. Do you have enough health and flasks here?
No, he does not. He did not roll in the rot. So he didn't get the light rot. If you get the light rot, yes. But not having, he's gonna die here, and I hope he knows that.
He's about to lose. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Because otherwise he would have lost 18k runes, which he needs right now.
Yeah. There we go. Ancient of Zamor dead now for Blanks. This is the first Scar Seal, I believe, not the second one. He has to port to Shifra now, and is going to have definitely a bit of a strong position on this board. He already has, 3 squares to 1, but then grabbing the Scar Seal, he activates this diagonal, which has Morgoth, bow only, and 30 Arcane in it. Kind of pretty much just forcing Iron U to stat dump. Being like, hey, like, what are you going to do? Either bow only or 30 Arcane, pretty much. You pick,
I think if I know Blanks, I think his game plan right now, when he's this far ahead, is like, okay, I am going to just throw so many open lines at you that you must defend, and then I'll win on majority.
Yeah. Oh, gets
Ooh,
shot in
that
the
arrow.
back there. Jesus.
Sheesh.
Yeah, these charged arrow shots are a little crazy. Yeah, that's definitely what's going to happen, right? That's very much I'd say almost Tom/Blank's play style is like, hey, I'm going to create one threat, and then while you're trying to respond to that one threat, I'm going to create another threat, and I'll create another threat. And so I'm expecting, honestly, after these Scar Seals, I expect Blanks to maybe kind of upgrade a little bit more, and then I'm expecting to see maybe a Godric Nepheli Lu here. Because it also unlocks Elder Lions, you know, kind of builds up that row 5.
All the other squares on row 5 are worse than Kill Godric while summoning Nepheli Lu. Leonine is so far away. Fia's Champs is awful. And Elder Lions is a time sink. So, like, Godric Nepheli Lu definitely the easiest one there.
Okay, we are...
Still not checking the Twin Maidens. If he would, he'd know that Falx is an option.
What I'm confused by is the fact that... Oh, we're putting Wild Strikes on our Lord Sword's Greatsword. That is really good. Okay, we're grabbing some more stones here. We're Memory of Gracing 18,000. Okay. I don't know if I like that. I don't think I like that. It's
definitely fast because you don't have to walk all the way out of the cave to get rid of the no warp debuff.
Yeah, but like, damn. That's... Especially for someone who has such low health. Also having the 30 arcane on the board. That's just tough. And yeah, like I said, after Scar Seal Talismans, I think Godric Nepheli Lu is on the board for Blanks here. We see Margit potentially very soon for him.
There's the 7, 8, 9, 10. This upgrade has been a little sloppy. I think the nerves are showing a bit of just like, gotta remember to do this menu. Granted, the menuing is annoying. Of like, drop, pick up, press yes, press no, do this. But I think Iron is seeing like, okay, this game is snowballing a little bit. I need to make a push. Obviously, his weapon is now way more set up, which will make, plus 25 Sacred Stone Club is nothing to scoff at.
Not at all. And yeah, having a Somber 10 Falx in Limgrave is definitely going to just annihilate anything that he's going to see in the near future here. The question right now is, he has popped all of his money. Is he going to do 30 Arcane? And I don't think that he is, actually. I think he might want to do bow-only Godric, as he's also now making his way towards Margit. Oh, it's Dragon Hunter's Great Katana that dropped from Yura, by the way. And Iron, you didn't actually pick it up. He killed Yura and just left. But he has
explains
Falx.
why Blanks doesn't care to check the round table hold, because he's like, well, I've already got the goat, so...
Yeah. That's insane. Okay. Some things are starting to make sense, but also doesn't necessarily mean that it's the end-all, be-all. But, I mean, Falx plus 10 can definitely still cook versus Margit. We're not doing the 30 Arcane stat dump. We're leveling health. Wow.
I think it makes sense long-term. I think he's so far behind that it might be tough to stat dump at this juncture, but...
Or maybe he's just like confident enough when he's like, when the diagonal happens, I'm just gonna do Morgott. Like, I have a Somber 10 now. If I need to, I'll do Morgott.
Honestly, this fight, not as fast as you would want.
Just bad RNG from the looks of it, yeah. He keeps getting knocked on the floor. There we go.
Nice greed. Nice greed.
I think Blanks' weapon is not maxed out yet at all. He definitely is a plus 5, plus 6.
I think he's plus 4 or 5.
Yeah. So,
which like will be fine on Godric. Like
100%.
But, you know, if they're racing on this, like even at plus 4 or plus 5 Somber, like Godric is going to go down really fast. The difference between plus 4, plus 5 Godric and plus 10 Godric is not that big.
Okay, we're not doing it, though. We're going for Kaled here now.
Yeah, so that was just maybe prepping. I don't hate that idea because you kind of have to choose what you want to do with Godric on this board.
Right.
So I kind of don't hate the idea of, like, just get it set up, see what Blanks chooses to do with Godric, and then just do the other one. I don't hate that.
Okay.
Although, yeah, we're doing Nepheli Lu and going to Radahn. Dead? Yeah, you got to quit out there.
Oh, maybe he's looking at Elder Lions here? There is one Elder Lion right here. for Iron U, and then you have 2 more in Redmane Castle, right?
That blocks row 5 and column 5 and promotes your diagonal, because right now Iron U has no open lines that he's promoting.
Yep.
So maybe this makes sense.
He's going for it. Yeah, he's going for this Elder line here. And we have Godric right now for blanks, summoning Nepheli Lu on top of that. And here's the thing as to why the square exists, right? It's not a thing of like, oh, Nepheli Lu makes, you know, it's like people would see it maybe as a bonus, but in reality, it makes the fight longer. It makes the fight a little bit more difficult, and also you make less money. Whenever you summon before entering a fight, so whenever there's a summon outside of the fight, so if that's going to be like Roger for Margit, or Nepheli Lu for Godric, for example, or even Melina for Morgott, whenever you have a summon outside of the arena that comes in with you, you also get less money. So Godric is not going to drop you 20,000 anymore. You actually only get 16,000. So it is a bit of a, you lose time, but you also lose money at the same time. It's a trade-off.
Yeah, this fight is quite slow. You can see when you summon outside the arena, like Dom said, the boss has just more health. So, you know, this is taking a lot longer than maybe you would want. Although that Wild Strike's animation cancel into riposte, ooh, that's tough. Gotta roll this. That's a delayed attack. Okay.
Oh, stagger.
There's the stagger.
Yeah,
should be good from here. Missed the riposte. This is an easy, yeah, you could, that is an optimization I don't see a lot of players do that you can do, which is when Godric does the rolling attack, if you stay in, you can get a poke with some weapons while the roll is happening, and then just strafe and get a nice attack on the landing.
Very interesting from Iron U, by the way. It hasn't gone to Altus yet, so he still has access to, you know, Redmane Castle before the festival. There it is, Godric with Nepheli Lu. And this, if anything, tells Iron U, like, okay, it's currently 5-1. I'm down 4 squares. But the stuff that I have set up are preemptive blocks. You know, I'm preemptively blocking Elder Lions here, which is going to block this row 5. It's going to block this column 1. Also, I already have Godric now for possibly bow only. If I want to, I've got a Grace for Garank. You know, stuff like that. I have a Somber 10 weapon. If I need to, I could do Melania. It's only 28 minutes, but I have the stats to do that. I have the weapon to do that. So, whereas right now, it seems like this is like a huge shift and advantage for blanks. There's a lot of prep, more or less hidden prep here for Iron U that people have to recognize on this match that can really start to show in the next 10 to 15 minutes here.
I wonder if, like, I think Blanks is setting up his weapon now, because he sees, like, okay, I have a huge dominant board position. Dude, these guys, okay, these flame turret guys in Redmane Castle do not mess around.
Yeah.
There's, like, no iframes for this. You have to be so careful on these guys. If I'm Blanks now, I'm like, okay, I have a really dominant board position. There's no reason for me not to spend some time to set up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me just, because probably Iron is already set up. So I better catch up on that while I have this board advantage. But also, you know, there is one thing working in Iron U's, wow, holding, okay, not, right, the festival isn't activated, right. Or no, it is, yeah, you could just go in from Redmane Castle, right? Altus only activates the portal.
Correct.
So I guess we're just holding maybe to get the bow.
Yeah, I think we're doing a bow
something.
check here for Radahn, maybe.
Hoping for something with low stat requirement or just dex, because that does well with Falx.
Possibly. Also just getting arrows, I guess.
There is something working towards Iron's benefit here, which is this sort of like bingo comeback mechanic. Ooh, it's the pulley crossbow. Does that
really
count
good.
as a bow?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. That's a pretty good one.
So it looks like that we might be doing... There's the 30 Arcane now from Blanks. He actually cashed it in. And now we're in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, that's tough.
Now we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. That's a lot.
Center square is going to do a lot here. Center square is going to be a great pickup.
Yeah.
And then maybe you just instantly try to go for top left, bottom right. And just like try to promote your own bingo, because you're in a tough spot.
I think him seeing Godric Nefelli lose, like, okay, he definitely did not do Elder Lions. I have an advantage there. Let me go do bow only first into Elder Lions, and that almost blocks all of the lines besides row one.
I think he's gonna go for the Elder Lion. Maybe immediately after, and that promotes this diagonal that he could push. It'd be tough to get this because Blanks has so much priority right now that like he kind of has the advantage to just block it with incants or avatars or imbued keys. Like it would be so hard to block or to sort of weasel that line through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a really tough spot, but I don't hate this play.
Tough.
I think bow only center square is the best thing you can do right now.
Yeah, like I said, this could definitely swing into Iron U's favor at some point.
Where are we porting back to? Porting back to Redmane? Oh, just doing Lions now. I
think
guess?
Lions for money, because he needs.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't have the stat line to wield the pulley crossbow right now.
So I don't know how much money they give you though. Is the other question, right? Because maybe like 3,000 or 4,000 a piece. I'm not sure that's enough. Because they already spent Halley Tree money pretty much. The cool part is here. Fun fact is actually the lions hit each other. So if you do actually aggro both lions, they do big swipes and they can hit each other and actually damage each other. So it is a possibility of trying doing it like that. If that is a strat that you feel like would be faster. Also, it's definitely twice the risk.
The damage is decent. These jump R2s are going to do a lot.
Yeah, as soon as he actually lands the whole combo. Sometimes landing those jump L1s are a little tricky. Or R1s, I guess, actually. That's awkward. Careful. Ooh, okay.
Nice rolls.
The double rollback was a little crazy, but there we go. There's the second line, technically.
Ooh, that's a somber 4. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Not that you would ever come here with something less than a +4, I think, but you could.
Yeah, like, I think every single Elder line actually drops a Somber Stone, because the one in Limgrave, the Stormveil one, also drops a Somber 1. So, not sure that would be worth the tech, but it's there. There it is. 3
nice.
Elder lines. Oh, show the money. Okay, Jesus Christ. God damn it, dude.
It's his first season. He doesn't know.
I know, but I don't want them to lose out on squares. It's less me being like angry. It's more or less me being like paranoid because I don't want them to be screwed over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, for people in chat saying it's irony, I am pretty sure. Mouse and keyboard messing with the map. I'm pretty sure it's Iron U because the French word for eyes is you, and so I think it's an Iron Eye thing. I think it's a Night Rain Iron Eye thing. I don't know. I don't know that for sure.
Also, it's Iron U because Iron U said it's Iron U. So.
Oh well, then there you have it.
So. There's that, too. You know. For the goobers, they're like, it's irony, EU. Yeah, big damage on this guy for sure. That's his 4th Elder line. That's going to be a big pick up there. Very, very nice. There's the Somber 1. And now for Blanks, because he was just at an Elder line here, too, he's going to be setting up Redmane Castle now, maybe going for a Radahn bow only as a potential. But if Iron could actually go for bow only Godric now.
Well, so if he does bow only, he has 2 options here. Blanks has 2 options. If he does Remembrance Boss bow only, obviously that forces Iron into Morgott. Or, I mean, literally Blanks has already done a Great Rune boss. He could just go do Morgott and win the game. So, like, that's an option. Also, though, row 1. If he does whatever Godric's Remembrance weapon was and kill Radahn with that, now he's also promoting row 1, which is tough because it'll also give him underground access, which I think will matter.
Blade, gargoyles.
Slayer Blade, gargoyles. But I don't know. If I'm Blanks, low-key, that diagonal is nasty right now. if I can get Remembrance Boss bow only, I think you just win the game.
It'll definitely be very, very tough. And it looks like that Iron U is actually setting up incantations. I think he's trying to set up this diagonal a little bit here.
I agree.
And I
think
don't
this
think
is
a bad
risky,
idea.
but I think it's his only play. I think this is really the only option you have right now.
Once you're down, 3, 4, or 5 squares, you have to start making plays that are a bit risky. It's interesting. The more balanced the game is, the less risk you can do. If you're winning or losing, doesn't matter, right? If you're winning or losing by 3 or 4 squares, you can be more risky. You have to be more risky. But if it's tied, you have to make very optimal decisions that have the least amount of risk. And so, I mean, just like for Blanks, right, he can't really tell what Iron U's been up to. All he has is Deathbirds and Elder Lions. Like, okay, he can be like, okay, he's got access to Stormvale Castle. Cool. That's all I got, right? Which is definitely very tough here. He grabs the Knight's Cookbook here, or the Knight's Dragon Book here. That's going to be very nice for incantations. But what I'm expecting...
Blanks is heading into Raya Lucaria, though. Maybe Imbued Keys, a preemptive block.
Yeah. He might just be trying to force majority, even though he's got a 4-square lead.
Why not, I guess? If it's been this dominant thus far, maybe you're like, well, I'll just keep getting squares. And also, I will say, Iron shows his hand just a little bit with Elder Lions of like, okay, I have been to Stormvale. Because that tells Blanks that like, okay, he could be going for Remembrance Boss bow only right now. Because that's really the only other thing. That and Remembrance Boss, Remembrance Weapons only. Those are the only 2 things left in Stormvale that matter a ton right now. So maybe it makes sense to just preemptively block that diagonal. It also promotes column 4, which Blanks is the only person on at the moment.
Yep.
I will say, like, Iron's fights have been so clean. And so I think right now this is just maybe this game is getting a little away from him, but his tech skill is clean. His movement is good. So I think, if this game snowballs any further, it's just going to be a matter of resetting the mental and being ready to go into game 2, because I think this is clearly a good player.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I think it's just like the early game got away from him, right? The duelist into NPC bosses just was a bit of a devastating blow to where it's like, okay, well, I don't know exactly what to do anymore. And then not respecting the 30 Arcane, I think was the big misplay. If he had the 30 Arcane, I feel it would be way less pressure. That 30 Arcane created so much pressure onto Iron U.
I kind of love what's happening right now, though. He's prepping all the squares in the diagonal at the same time, which is so goated. I really, really love that.
It stresses me out because we see imbued sword keys from Blanks. So even though he's putting all this work to try and bang, bang, bang all these different squares in that diagonal, it's already being blocked by Blanks, right? So a lot of this work is not necessarily for nothing, because if he gets at least 4 out of these 5 squares on this diagonal, he's blocked almost every single line besides column 4.
Right.
So
I mean, I also,
nice.
From his perspective, right, I feel like I never guess Blanks is going for imbued keys here. I think that thought doesn't ever enter my mind because it doesn't promote anything for him, and I haven't shown anything on the diagonal yet. So the fact that Blanks is going for imbued keys here is honestly a wild call out. But it is formed from information Blanks does have, and it is a very smart square to go for. It's just if you're Iron, you can never see it coming.
I think it makes sense for Blanks in the sense of that there is still bow only and Membi or Remembrance Boss and Remembrance Weapon open, and so he wants to have access to an easier one, not Radahn but Renala, and on top of that you get an imbued sword key anyways. I think it does kind of make sense in that regard, but also it is, yes, I would agree, still a one-off, right? So it is definitely a bit of an odd decision, but we're looking for imbued sword keys now here from Iron U. He has two Erdtree avatars down. He has an incantation book. He's got an incantation. He's got a bow. Now he's just looking for imbued sword keys. And sadly, this might be a little bit of a time sink for Iron U, as Blanks is already making his way towards that second imbued sword key.
Yeah, well, it's also a question of like which one does Iron mark first. Because right now he's made some progress on each of them. He has 2 Erdtree avatars. He has incant like prayer books and 1 or 2 that he picked up. But he hasn't done a ton on any of the squares. It's sort of just like doing them halfway, which makes sense. But I think if that trend continues, he's going to get 1 or 2 imbued keys, and then, oh, watch out for the shard spiral. And then he's just going to leave and go do bow only or something. And if that happens, Blanks is going to get it for free, no problem.
That's a sick jump. I've never done that before.
Oh, you've never seen that one? That one's really nice, yeah, because you can get out of that corner, and then that's a good way to do the imbued key and then do Celia skip.
Right. Yeah, I like
because
that.
You can easily get up there.
I like that. Second imbued sword key here from Blanks, and immediately going towards Celia Town. Yeah, he's not waiting on this. I'm a little surprised. Mostly Blanks doesn't really bulldoze lines like this, I feel like, unless he's super confident. And it makes sense. I mean, if you look at it from his perspective, he's like, there's like still, hold on, 17 squares on the board. Like, how's he going to know which one I'm doing? I'm just going to do this one. Because he already has so many threats, you know?
Maybe that is part of it. Maybe he's not even making the call out of, like, I'll preemptively block the diagonal. Maybe he's just like, okay, what's a square he is never doing right now?
Right.
Because when you're this far ahead, you can kind of just play like that. You can just be like, okay, well, you're never going to be doing imbued keys right now, so I'm just going to lock that up.
Yeah. Which is smart.
Yeah. It's going to be really tough for Iron. This block is going to be so rough.
That's going to be very, very tough.
Because this is going to kill the line that he's been simul-prepping, and it's going to be a snipe, which means he's going to put, like, maximum time into it. He's going to the Glintstone key. Now he's going up to the Belfries. Like, he's doing a lot of progress that will ultimately lead to not getting one of the squares he desperately needs.
And there it is. There's imbued sword keys. This is definitely devastating for Iron U. That diagonal being gone now is... Yeah, it's just like...
Yeah.
All right, like, what do you want from me? Like, this is just a
That's that
tough
feeling.
matchup.
When you've been sniped that many times, you're like, okay, like, awesome.
Yep. And this is what happens when you're facing, you know, the Season 4 champion of Bingo. You know, people that eat, sleep, and breathe Bingo, man. They have seen so many different combinations of squares and know what's optimal, know what's solid. And this is a bit of an uphill battle for, you know, the new players, is understanding this type of thinking, right? And this type of movement on the board, and also understanding what's the fastest. Because Iron U has the speed. I mean, like you saw from the Duelist and the Friendly NPC bosses, or Friendly NPCs, he has the speed. It's just then recognizing this is where it's less about the skill or the execution and more about recognizing things before they need to happen. Because Blanks already pretty much recognized imbued sword keys before it needed to happen. He recognized the diagonal before it needed to be, you know, taken care of. And now he's going for Grail. Because now he's like, hey, I mean, might as well just keep making lines. I have 5. Let me make a 6th one.
I think it also, again, this is just another square that there's no way Iron is going for right now. Like, there's just absolutely no universe where Iron says, all right, Grail without status effects, because it doesn't make any new blocks for him, really. Other than row 4, I guess. But row 4 is not a threat right now. So, like, if I'm Iron, I'm never doing Grail, which means if I'm Blanks, that's the square to target when I have a 5 square advantage. Because Blanks is saying out loud right now to Iron, I am going for majority. Because if he weren't going for majority, he would have prioritized the diagonal. Because I think the win con is either majority or just pressure the diagonal, because by now, Blanks would already be done with Remembrance Boss Bow only, and then it would just be a walk to Morgott.
I will say...
You know, it's not free.
Yeah. For Erdtree avatars, I would have loved to have seen Iron U do the Consecrated Snowfield avatar, because not just one, it gives you a lot of money, so that could really set him up for the late game here, but also it drops the multi-hit tier. And with Falx, that multi-hit tier could make a big difference in some of these fights, right? And he has Third Church, so he has the Physic Flask access as well. But we're going for Garunk here right now, which I really don't mind. I think this is definitely a good pickup here, kind of taking advantage of some of his priority with that Third Church. Grace going for the Garunk pickup here. Damage is not bad. But yeah, flying dragons here for Blanks. I think this is his last dragon before Grail dies.
He's also, I mean, the DHGK is just so diabolical against these guys. Just the flat buff against dragons means that this fight is just so easy. And there it is. That's going to be another square here for Blanks. It's going to be 8-2.
Yep.
It's not over, but this is a pretty difficult position.
Yep, 6 squares ahead. And I believe, actually, also majority for Blanks, by the way. There are no lines left for Iron U to consider. He just has to go ahead and block everything now and try to put out all of these different fires.
I will tell you, his Garunk fight is exceptional. Is very clean, nice dodges, finding the openings, great strafe, jump R2.
Nice
Beautiful.
bleed. Oh, I thought it was a stagger.
Micro stagger. I think he just got. I think he stepped off the lip of the column for a second.
The freaking pillar. I don't like this. Okay, this is something I will point out that a lot of people don't do in the Garunk fight, and it's actually loses them so much time. When he does a single swipe or a double swipe, you always roll sideways and always against the swipe. Oh, careful. Because if you stay in front of him, he will always end with an overhead slam, which is a big punishing move that he does. And so if you can keep baiting out that overhead slam, you can consistently stagger him. You can consistently just deal that damage. And I feel like a lot of players lose out on time. It's like when he does this, you just keep staying in front of that. He swipes, you roll this. He swipes again if you stay in front of him, and then he does an overhead slam. And that overhead slam is a huge recovery animation for Garunk. Oh, and now we're doing Membi here now for Radahn. We have the Ancestral Greathorn on Blanks' screen here. This is going to be tough. This is pushing that row 1, and he gets access to Morgott with that. This Garunk square took a little bit longer than I expected.
Yeah. What's the remembrance weapon? Is it the Ancestral Spirit?
Ancestral Greathorn, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
This'll be...
It'll be very good.
Easy.
Yep.
That's
He's not doing the debuff.
Want.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, the Ash of War does, the Soul Stealer Ash of War does a
Yep.
debuff on the enemy.
Yep. Already in phase 1.5, though, for Radahn here. Very decent damage. I think it
Should
is
get a
Somber
stagger.
9. Yeah.
I think he'll get a
Charizard
stagger
2s,
before the
there
phase
it is,
transition.
Yeah. With the Charizard 2s, he gets there. Nice. Gets the Repose before he gets up.
Another Charge R2 here.
Not bad. Not bad damage.
Got an R1 follow-up as well.
Ah, dude. This is tough. It's not over, but man, this is I feel like Irony almost feels like Sisyphus here. Every single time he gets a square, Blanks gets one. He's like he doesn't go anywhere. It's just negative progress.
And also the story of the game has been like also the Sisyphean thing of like I'm going for a square and then it's taken and it's like okay, like awesome. Yeah. I think it's really going to be, and this is such a difficult thing as a bingo player, like especially in a 3-game series, just resetting the mental as best as you can. Because when you get steamrolled a bit, it can be so hard to get out of your head. But the number one thing you must do between games 1 and 2 is just be like, okay, that game is over, and frankly, it didn't even happen. Like, what can I learn from it? And then delete it forever.
Yep.
Because especially because it's not base game. Next will be DLC, which is a completely different ball game. Far less open, far more linear. So it's really different.
Oh, we're going for
this
a possible
will be another square, though.
Here. Ooh, I like this from Blanks. He did go for Grail, so he got a bunch of Dragon Hearts. So now incantations look really good for him. Going for the Communion Altar. I do like that. Yeah, here's a nice pickup here from Iron U, which is the avatars. There we go.
Closing the gap.
Only 5 more. Only 5 more. We're going to Consecrated Snowfield. Are we looking at Ordina with Black Knife Assassins?
He's not riding that way. He's riding towards the Magma Worm and the Leonine.
Oh, Crusader. I see. Column 1.
Yes.
He has money now, too. Yeah, so we're going to see incantations being dumped here. And now this row 1's looking very dangerous because guess what? Graven Ghost Glove or Bell Bearing, you have to kill Radon for that.
Right, that's
so
underground.
This row 1's looking really good for blanks right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure Misbegotten Crusader is the play right now because it doesn't block anything new. So I don't... I mean, it's a reasonably quick square. Maybe he thinks he's just in a majority battle right now, but if you're in a majority battle, you have to block.
I think for Iron U, it's very much a thing of like he thinks because of like Imbued Sword Key and Grail that Blanks is just doing random stuff.
Right, so maybe he's like, oh, I'll just pick one Blanks might think is easy to get.
Exactly.
Yeah, fair enough.
I might just do some one-offs. Let me do some one-offs as well, see if I can snipe them. But now Blanks switched up on him. He's like, yeah, no, I'm going for a line actually. Which is such a whiplash move, right? Of being like, oh, I have majority. All right, cool. I'm just going to do random stuff now. I was like, oh, you're doing random stuff now? I'll do random stuff. No, psych.
Blanks has big command of this game.
Yeah.
Like, he is steering the ship. He's steering both ships at the moment, just via the decisions he's making. This is tough. Maybe he was just getting map progress, actually. Maybe he's just setting up.
He's doing both.
He's splitting.
Yeah. There we go. Grabs 9 more incantations here, I believe.
Yeah, there's 14. A square that Iron also put progress towards but didn't close. So that is also some wasted time there.
Why are we back here,
and now,
though?
Yeah, do you just go for... I mean, I feel like if I'm Blanks, I just go for Graven Ghost Glovewort to just close it.
Yeah, I think Blanks is going for that. He has that Grace here. Didn't he have a Grace for Godric already? Iron U?
He definitely at least has the Great Bridge. I don't know that he went all the way to Secluded Cell, but he got... No, he did. He did go to Secluded Cell, I think.
Yeah, he has it.
Okay, maybe he's just not sure what he wants to do.
Yeah, I think he's just rattled, which honestly is fair.
Yeah.
As Parky has said
paralysis.
yesterday, if you're ahead, this is pretty fun. But if you're behind,
Yes.
it is miserable.
Yes. Yep, that is true.
If you're ahead, you have a blast because you can do whatever you like and you can keep on the pressure. If you're behind, it is a very tough mental battle of like not losing your mental and trying to stay in the game and making good calls, even after getting sniped. Damn, no one doing the dom skip? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Blankster, yep, going underground here. I think he's just going to be committing to this row 1. I like that. It's going to take a little bit here, but once he gets there, I'm refreshing Blanks. He's kind of stuttering here a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this is just going to be the game for sure, assuming Blanks doesn't hold priority or something, which I don't think he's going to. I think this is a reasonably fast square. You should just press it and just go straight for the row 1. Which means if that does happen, obviously Iron has literally no progress towards it right now. He doesn't have Radon dead, so he doesn't have underground access, which means this is just going to be a definite win for Blanks. Yeah. So the question becomes, what do we look for in the DLC game from Iron? And I think for me, it is what I would learn if I'm Iron is, okay, Blanks in the early game, sort of like Tom, kind of straightforward. Like, he's going to go for the rush square.
Right.
He knows you're less experienced. There's no reason not to race you on the rush square. So if I'm Iron, what I learned from this game is, okay, maybe I spend the early game setting up more and don't go for the rush squares. Like a Tialier's concoction or something, maybe that's a skip. Maybe I don't even contest that. And if it's open in the mid game, sure, I'll go clean it up.
Nice Crusader fight.
That Crusader fight was really clean. That also tells Blanks, okay, we're chill. This game's in the bag.
Yep.
Because no progress has been made towards it, which means there's no reason for Blanks to hold or split the priority on this. He should just close it.
So we're looking at a possible Melania here, actually, from Iron U as well. He's like, you know what? I don't know what's going on with this board anymore. Melania's on the board. Fine.
It's also fighting Melania. If you know you're going to go to game 2, maybe this is just a nice way to get your fingers warmer. Like to just be like, okay, let's do a difficult fight. Get sauced up. Show my stuff a bit. Show everybody in the chat room that I'm not cooked.
Yep.
I don't know. I kind of like this as like a closing square of like, let's just fight something hard so I feel good going into the DLC. Look at that damage, bro.
It's very juicy
See the
damage.
waterfall? Okay, we're going for the waterfowl jump version where you sort of run away on the first 2.
Very nice. Yeah, already halfway done with the first phase is crazy.
The rolls are good. Good, yeah, rolling into that attack. That's one of the things I struggle with on this fight. Good, yes. Every time she jumps left like that. Okay, we're going for the other waterfowl version.
Very nice.
Very good. This is someone that has clearly practiced this fight.
Oh!
Jumping. Wait, that's sick. You can do that?
That's so badass.
With the Falcons as well.
I've never thought about doing that. That would be too intimidating for me.
And jumping with? Dude, that is so sick.
He's until he elevation there, I think.
Oh.
The elevation there
And
got him.
Just one-tapped as well. Just fully one-tapped. We're going to see the mark here in a second from Blanks. Getting close.
His stutter is insane. I don't know what the hell is going on with this internet.
It's that Floridian internet, baby.
Well, at least we can still see what he's doing. He's not completely gone, so that's nice.
You don't get staggered out of the memory of grace by that little electric pot throw, which is nice.
Could be that he's having
okay,
like a
now he's not
storm
going
nearby.
for the jump anymore.
I
just
wouldn't
rolling
either,
with the
right?
attack now.
Yeah.
He was so sick, though.
I wonder if it's more effective on different weapons, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, so after this Watchdog, I think it's just GG's.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a good chunk of damage.
Dude, that swipe attack from the Watchdogs is no joke.
Yep. Bang, and there it is.
There it
GG's
is.
to Blanks. Gets the row 1 bingo. Base game here closed out. Blanks getting 1 more point on the board here. Currently at 5 points already in the round robin stage. Iron News sadly has not gotten a point just yet, but we have the DLC match coming up next year, chat. DLC match coming up next year. Should be very, very fun. Let me see. I gotta change this real quick. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do this. All right, cool. Chat, we're going on a quick 10 to 15 minute break here. Get yourself some snacks. Get yourself some drinks. Blanks versus Iron Renew in the DLC happening right after that break. We'll see you guys in just a bit. Hold on, my life split. Hold on. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Put it back up. All right.
Peace.
Give it up. And welcome back, chat. We're moving on to the DLC match, ADF, and I'm going to be commentating Blanks versus Iron U in the DLC. First match is already over here. Base game match was a very, very solid bingo line. Row 1 with victory here for Blanks on that base game. Very intense in the sense of, man, how many lines that guy had. That was just, that was a lot. That was a lot to deal with, a lot of fires to put out. But hey, it's a nice wipe. New format, new board, new attitude. Iron U can definitely knock in this second match. Let's see how the players are going to be ready. Before we move over there, ADF, though, any last thoughts on that first match?
I think the big thing, and I said this at the end of the last match, but it's just about if you're Iron, it's like, okay, what can I learn? And then delete the game.
Yep.
Like, delete what happened from your brain. What happened in game 1 is not indicative of what will happen in game 2. So just refresh, a mental reset, and get ready to play more bingo.
Yeah, you go on Steam and you hit uninstall.
That's true. Uninstall and message Dom and say, you know what, actually, bingo is really hard.
Exactly. All right, let's go over and move over. Oh, Blanks was green there for a second, but I think we're good now. I think green is good to go because both players are currently set up here with their starting classes. I believe it's the Rogers Rapier. And we should be ready to rock and roll here in the next 10 seconds or so.
Dom, this stream brought to you, not really, by Wheat Thins. Wheat Thins. When you want to eat a tortilla chip, but you convince yourself this is healthier somehow.
When you have nothing else. and that's it. You know? When you want lunch
Wheat
and
Thins,
you open your pantry.
when there's no other option.
Holy smoly. So match should be starting here in just a bit. Dude, this is going to be tough, right? Here we go. 10-second countdown for the board. DLC is just so different from base game, and I wonder how it is for the players to make that mental shift in their head of playing differently. Central Square Giant Lightning Ram is phenomenal. Love that. And let's see the rest of the board here, though. What we have Gaius's Pants. Fair. Golden Hippo. Lamenter. Madding Hand. I do like that. Jory's on the board. I do like that. No super big boss really here. I mean, we have Gaius, but besides Gaius, nothing really sticking out to me here.
Yeah, I think if we look at the board, like square position again.
Oh, Peaches Knight.
I think the big. Okay, so Hefty Pots on the diagonal, complete 2 forges. These are not slow, but they're not fast. Mm-hmm. And then Lamenter obviously is a nightmare and really deep. Gaius's Pants, decent, set up some deep progress into the map, but there's no Mesmer. It doesn't look like there's anything in Inir Ilim. Yeah, maybe if I'm rushing anything, it's probably Queeline or Red Bear. Well, no, yeah, it's probably Queeline is the rush. Or you know what? It probably is. The rush square on this board is Lightning Ram into Mariga.
Oh, really? You like that? You like that shit?
I think that's decent. Some synergy, but there's not much. I mean, it puts you near blow a finger, I guess, but you would probably do that at the same time as heading towards Lamenter coming from above where the Dragon Communion altar is.
This one's a little tough. I think Craft 2 Hefty Pots is a lot faster than people realize. I do think this one would be worth considering. The marking that I have here is Bellerot, though, with Queeline and Bellerot, Revered Ashes, Unique Horned Warriors, and Dancing Lion. This Bellerot seems pretty solid on this board, especially because it has 1 quarter square in there. Beyond that, and you also get a duplicate from Dancing Lion, so you kind of technically have 5 squares kind of in Bellerot here, right? This is a bit of a tough board, I will say. It's definitely a bit of everywhere.
Yeah. I honestly, to me, Dom, I like row 1. Row 1 is kind of wacky. 3 DLC Spirit Ashes and Gaia's Pants, you can do that sort of contemporaneously, and Golden Hippo gets you in there. Queeline then is the rush square. And then you leave Lamenter open maybe and force your opponent to do it.
Normally, Queeline and Ashes, you do not get both. Normally. But obviously, we have seen boards where the one person gets all the rush squares, the other person doesn't get them. So this could still happen. But normally, Blank's a little bit behind here. Normally, if you're going for Queeline Bellerotte, the other person is already working on Spirit Ashes, right? So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, here the players are going. I think we're seeing Craft 2 Hefty Pots already from Blanks here, making his way towards Scorched Ruins and also Iron U.
Yeah. Looks like the Hefty Pot pickup immediately. Oh, nope.
Nope, Iron U doesn't give a damn. And it's just
not even getting it.
Straight past it. Grabbing the Black Firefly here, but grabbing Scorched Ruins and going for a Graveyard Skip instead first. Maybe going for backside? Yeah, okay. Going for backside here. Understandable. Interesting.
I don't know that I agree with not getting the Hefty Pot at all. I think it is a 1 second movement difference. Well, I guess if you're getting the cookbook as well, it's more like 6 or 7 seconds maybe, but
I don't mind it because you do get 2 Hefty Pots in Bonneville just going through it. So maybe he's thinking
That's
like,
true.
hey, why waste my times in Scorched Ruins if I want backside more anyways, and craft 2 Hefty Pots is more or less a byproduct of things that are on the way rather than forcing it, right? I think that's maybe what he's thinking is like, hey, backside here is pretty solid. I want the map progression. Bellerotte maybe is strong, but guess what? The rest of the board is backside into south here, so I'd rather have that. And we have Blanks, going for that Hefty Pot here immediately into 3-path cross. So complete deviation, minute 1, which is great.
Which you have to be happy about if you're Iron.
Yeah.
Like, obviously he doesn't know, but this is what you want. You don't want to be doing the same thing as Blanks because we saw how that went in game 1. And so you kind of want to be splitting stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely, especially compared to last game. This could be Iron U's best position is not being challenged right now on these early game squares and being like, okay, once he gets that first mark, he's like, okay, cool. I'm not getting sniped again. I'm good. I can relax a little bit. I can really focus on my game plan. And I think rushing backside here, I think Spirit Ashes sticks out to me the most. I think if you're going to rush backside, you want to get Spirit Ashes as soon as possible. Even though it's not the best square on the board, it just puts you in a nice position. And then you obviously go Commander Geist's Pants right afterwards. Now, Blanks already has crafted 1 Hefty Pot here, and now is currently just at Castle Ences, so he's definitely behind map progression in general, but he has 3-path cross. So if he ever does have to respond to row 1 with Queenline and Bellerotte, he is way ahead. Adif? Okay. He looks like he is very much enjoying a gobstopper. You know, if you've ever heard of Willy Wonka, currently just really going to town on that thing. We have here the 2 maces, by the way, from both players. They both won the Great Mace class, and I'm assuming it's just because it has really good DPS. And the power just went out at Adif's building. That's okay. I'll manage. All right, chat. It's just you and me and Bingus until the power comes back here for Adif. What was that, Adif? Yeah? Yes. Yes. Got it. Fair enough. So we see that we're talking to Tiolier here now. Oh.
I'm here mobily. I'm on my phone, Dom.
Hi, Adaf. Welcome back, dude.
This
It froze on you
between-
mid-chew, by the way. So it was just...
Oh, good.
Yeah, that was great. It was great.
My entire building's power just went out. But I'm here and I'm dedicated to the cause. And as soon as it comes back on, I'll have a camera. But I can see the game, so we're chilling.
Oh, you can see the game. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you for taking a busy day out of your out of your schedule here, Adaf, to call in for commentary. Do appreciate it. So yeah, we do see the Iron U route here for Mother pickup into backside. And right now, Blank's just catching up on that progress. He still isn't at Fort Reprimand just yet. He grabbed a bunch of Skidoo fragments and also talked to Tiolier because we have floor sacks to sleep on that column 1. So he's kind of prepping that preemptively. Fun fact with that specific square is before you break the Great Rune, you only have to talk to Tiolier once, and then you get to talk to more. But if you break the Great Rune of Mikola, going through either past this bridge that Iron U's at or going towards Golden Hippo, you have to talk to him twice. So in order to save some time, you talk to him before you go anywhere else, just to save that for later.
There's a couple like DLC NPC interactions like that where you can sort of like almost optimize the pathing for their quest line. Leda is a good example of that, and Hornsent of like when do you talk to them and how much do you advance their dialogue.
Yeah. And so now, there's still no square on the board right now. It's almost been 6 minutes. And I'm really trying to figure out what the first square mark is going to be. I think it might still be Spirit Ashes here for Iron U. Morth Ruins right now just being accessed by Blank. So he's definitely just behind in general when it comes to Altus Plateau, Skidoo. Shadowkeep. So maybe we see just full-on Skidoo fragment into upgrading here for Blanks. I'm not 100% sure. But also question, Adolf, are you sitting in the dark now? If there's no power in your building?
No, Dom. The good news is that there is a window in this room.
Okay.
So, and I also just went out into the hallway and verified everyone's else power is out too. And it's always that fun question of, was there an email I missed and this was known? Or
yes.
Is this just a genuine problem? But I can't solve that right now because I'm so locked the hell in on Bingus, baby.
100%, 100%. Adolf calling in from his bunker, making sure that we have that bingo commentary. Backside.
How's the microphone quality? How's the mic quality on my phone?
You know what? It's all right.
Okay, good.
It's A-okay. You know what? I couldn't ask for anything better from a phone.
You know what I could do is I have some lav mics. Give me a second to sauce something up.
All right, no worries, no worries. You don't have to. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. Savage Lions Claw pick up here from Blanks right now. Maybe just setting up a weapon and going for that last craft that hefty pot here. Going for that furnace pot at this shack. Going to go for this drop down here. This is going to be the first square on the board. Corner bottom left square for Blanks once he crafts this furnace pot. There we go. Okay, we're a little behind here, but there we go. Very nice pickup there from Blanks. First square on the board, 7 and almost 8 minutes into the match. A little unusual, obviously, but I think he was kind of holding on to because he wasn't sure if it was a race or not, and maybe he had like suboptimal pathing. So he's like, you know what, I'm just not going to fully commit to it just yet. And now backside here for Iron U. Grabbing Skidoo fragment. Has to be careful not to fall into the water because it's pretty much instant death if he does. And we're going up the elevator right now. So yeah, right now, just so many different ways to play this board out. Compared to the base game, obviously, that base game match that we had versus Blanks and Iron U, where there were 5 squares marked in the first 10 minutes, this is a very different tempo, where it's more or less mid to late game here, especially with Putrescent Knight and Jory, right? A bit of a longer traveling time to these types of boss fights.
I mean, there's also we're it's just going to be iPhone internal mic all the way, baby.
You're good.
I think that another thing to think about in DLC is like in base game, in Bingo, we have all these graces that unlock once you get Torrent. And so just by the virtue of that, there are so many things you can rush. Whereas in DLC, I think it is less common for there to be like a ton of rush stuff right up top in the first 10 minutes. It can happen depending on the board, but a lot of these board states are just
Are just what? Bro, did his phone die? Oh my god. Bro, did someone turn off his phone power too? Alright, we're upgrading now for both players. And looks like that Blanks is upgraded first, going to Ancient Dragon Man here. And focusing on that Great Mace. Not putting Savage Lion's Claw on it just yet, even though he did pick it up here. Would have been nice just for that heavy, because I think you put heavy onto your weapon naturally with Savage Lion's Claw. Iron U upgraded right now as well. Maybe going for Commander Geist's Pants first as a way to have that corner square. But no, looks like he's going for Golden Hippo actually over anything else. All right, Adaf will be back. Adaf will be back. We'll close that out for now. We'll close it out for now. It looks like that we might be setting up Hippo here for Iron U. He does have a lot of Skidoo fragments and no armor though. So we have some armor pickups here from Blanks. Has the Frost Grease, has the Rot Grease to make this Ancient Dragon fight a little bit faster. Maybe not stat up too much because maybe we'll get a really good katana check here from Blanks, or from Ancient Dragon, I should say. Tux, what are we doing? Oh my god. This is a rogue broadcast right now. What's going on? Hey, come here. Yeah. All right. Since my other commentator is gone, I have Tux here. Tux, what do you think about the current state of the board? Okay. What else? What else do you think? Do you think that they're making some nice plays here? Currently, Ancient Dragon Man is about to be killed here. Check it out. Right over here. Right over here. You see that? Yeah, right over there. Exactly. And the fight's starting right now. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I must have missed that spot when I showered. And we're trying to get this Rot proc on Ancient Dragon Man. Oh, here you go. And we should get it very soon here. But now, actually, Iron U not even going for Hippo. He's very diversifying here, which is very, very interesting. He's not going for Hippo. He's not going for Gaius. He's going what seems to be maybe for Giant Lightning Ram. He just wants his core square. Honestly, not a bad pick at all. And as Adaf mentioned, Giant Lightning Ram into one unique base game boss in the DLC could be huge here. Grabbing the Revered... Oh, also the Revered Spirit Ash here is pretty huge. Pretty huge. And now Ancient Dragon Man. Let's bring him up on the big screen here for Blanks. Very nice. Very nice damage, too. Did we already do the Frost Grease, or is it just holding on to it? I really can't tell. Really solid damage, though, for how early this fight is. Oh, he's got to be careful. He's got to get behind him. That dragon attack, I think, for the most part, can one-shot you, regardless of your resistances. And there we go. Very nice Ancient Dragon Man fight here, though, for Blanks. He does get access now to the south side. Serpent Bone Blade, one of the worst katanas to get, so definitely unfortunate in that regard, but very, very solid just to get this access to south side with the... Oh, that's the wrong screen. Well, you know what? Hold on. There we go. Just so that we're currently up to date with the players. Having access to the south side really, really does matter here, though. And, oh, there we go. Iron U doing a Gray impersonation here. Now going for the Giant Lightning Ram. I do wonder how this will go for him. If this... Oh, wait, whoa, he just smacked himself in the head. What did he maybe miss? Did he see something that he realized he should have gone for first? That he thought was a better play? Because I do feel like what he's currently doing right now is really not a bad move at all. Going for this Giant Lightning Ram could be a really, really solid option. Grabbing that center square gets him the most activation on lines. Already blocks out this diagonal, potentially, from the Craft 2 Hefty Pots from Blanks. Blanks making his way to Flora Sacks. that Iron You can block as well with Commander Guys' pants. Oh, and here we go for Iron You. Oh my gosh. Oh my good golly gee, mister. The storm is activating. Oh, the Endure from the Great Mace definitely is going to help with doing this. I don't know what he's... Oh, is this the first time Iron You is doing this square, by the way? I wonder. The Endure is a great move here, as we can see. He does get a hit in. Very, very nice. Does get another hit. Very, very nice. Over halfway dead already. This Endure is putting in a lot of work for Iron You. One more R1 should do it. Oh. Oh, the Lightning Strike gets it. Very, very nice for Iron You. Gets that center square. Big, big pickup. Big, big pickup. Nice, nice setup here right now for Iron You. Getting that center square and immediately going for what seems to be... that unique base game boss in the DLC right afterwards. Oh, but it looks like Blanks is actually contesting that. What a smart move from Blanks. Going through Ancient Dragon Man and now actually doing the Karos Hidden Grave skip. He's going to be jumping down here to get to Demi-Human Mariga and take away some of the south side progression that Iron You was going for. But Iron You isn't even going for that himself. Very nice. Very good call here from Iron You. He's like, hey, you know what? I got Giant Lightning Ram. I'm going to go for Golden Hippo now. Should be a very quick fight here for Blanks on this Demi-Human Mariga. And it's also Katana check. Oh, we're going for Red Bear here first. Okay, interesting, interesting. Two fights at once here. Demi-Human Mariga getting knocked out, getting slammed in the head. Frost proc on top of that, right in front of her people. And they don't like that at all. They're swinging at Blanks. Be like, hey, stop that. Oh my god, the scatter shot here coming out from Demi-Human Mariga. Dealing a good amount of damage to Blanks. There's a slam down, pushing him back off the rock. King of the Hill in action right now. Red Bear also giving Iron You a bit of a tough time here, but nice Frost proc, what seems to be on the Red Bear just now. Stagger should happen just in a bit here as well on this Red Bear. Demi-Human Mariga almost dead. Stagger on the Red Bear. Demi-Human Mariga down right now. That's 2 squares for Blanks on that row 5. Very nice here. Big riposte on this Red Bear. I think Iron You skipped the roar phase. Okay, apparently it's a citywide outage for AF. Holy shit, they're trying to silence my co-commentator. Get him back. Here we go, Red Bear getting knocked out. Very nice. Iron You, you have to show your goddamn screen. There we go. Enemy fell. Very, very nice from Iron You. Immediately ports back to Skidoo Altus. And now we have floor sacks to sleep here from Blanks. He's already showing row 1, column 5. Sorry, column 1, row 5 here after putting her to sleep. And that's going to put Iron You already in a bit of a tough position here. That center square does mean a lot to Iron You, but he has to respond to these other 2 rows. Maybe he's looking at duplicate Remembrance by going for a Rolana. Do we see an early Rolana here potentially to block out that row 5, but also give him that column 3? I think we do. There it is. Floor sacks to sleep here. 3rd square from Blanks. Now we've got that column 1 and that row 5 building for him. Jory and Mattingham being on the same column is very, very tough to deal with here. Getting backside would be really, really important here for Blanks to push maybe this column 1. If he gets Commander Guys' pants, just going towards Jory's Catacomb, this column 1 could be big, big trouble for Iron U. Could be big, big trouble. But also, look at this column 3. This column 3 is actually really fast. You duplicate Egon's Furled Finger, Devonia, and Bellerot. That's not that slow either. We're going back to Graveside Plains here right now for Iron. You're going to be doing some shopping at Kale. And right now, backside check here for Blanks. Checking maybe also the axe here. Maybe it's Omen Killer. Nope. It is possibly long-haft axe. It's purple, so it's nothing good. Sacred Butchering Knife. Whatever. Not that good. Grabbing Oh Mother here. And now we're leveling on Iron U's side. Grabbing the Strength tier and what seems to be the Charge tier here. And we're going back to Castle Ensa's Rolana fight here for Iron U. Rolana fight. Let's play the track. Play the track. And here we go. We're starting off with a Frost Grease on the Great Mace. Iron U misses his first swing. Goes back in, though. Nice jumping punish on Rolana here. Gets tagged from the upswing. So a couple more light attacks. Tries to go for a stagger here at some point. Great Mace has great poise damage. Should be getting a jumping punish. Very nice jumping punish. Takes some attacks here, but has to be greedy for that stagger. There it is. Gets the Frost proc. Goes for the Repose. Going to heal right afterwards. Already big, big damage on Rolana. Going to double chug a flask. There we go. Get back to full health. Gets the... Carrion Sovereignty, I believe is what that's called. Glint Blades are out. The lock-off dodge here from Iron U. Very nice punishes. Blanks is currently in backside now. Big stagger on this phase 2 transition here for Iron U. Already almost halfway done on this Rolana fight. A third left currently. Going for another Charge Dart 2. Deals with the phase 2 transition. Going for a healing into a nice strafe dodge there on those blue sword slices. I don't know what the hell that's called. Goes ahead and strafes the fire attack. Gets the double strike. Goes for a Charge Dart 2. Big stagger yet again. Nice riposte here. Has time as he still has backside before Blanks does. Commander Geis' pants would still be very important to grab here. Oh, here we go. The balls are dropping. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Jumping R2. Bang! There it is. Rolana is dead. Huge fight here for Iron U. Going to be able to duplicate this Remembrance right afterwards. And that's going to allow him to block out this row 5 and kind of progress this column 3. All right, here we go for the duping. We're running straight towards Emir. He still has time, so if he gets to duplicate and still go for Commander Geis' pants, this will be a huge play from Iron U, man. This would be a huge play from Iron U. There we go. There's the dupe. Blanks now rushing for backside as fast as possible. Does Iron U recognize column 1 is a problem? Commander Geis' pants is super important, especially for him, because look at this diagonal here, top left to bottom right. We like that a lot. That's a really, really solid line there. But no, he's going for another Night Boss. He's going for Black Knight Geru. Why are we going for Black Knight Garrow? Look at the column 1, Iron U. Look at the column 1. That's a problem. Oh! What? Insane skip? Wait, why are we going down here? Spirit Ashes? I don't know if I like this. Grabbing Graveside Plains here from Blanks here. Maybe upgrading some of his talismans. Sorry, getting new ones. Maybe also grabbing a whetstone knife. There we go. Some big pickups. And IronU right now opening up a catacomb here. The Fog Rift Catacombs for the Death Knight. Checking to see if he is going to go for the Spirit Ash maybe in this catacomb. Catacombs are not on the board, so this is a very interesting pick, I will say. Going back to the backside of Shadowkeep here for Blanks. He is looking at Commander Gaius' pants. It still has not been taken. If it's not been taken, hey, why not go for it? But no, Blanks actually not going for it. He's actually progressing other things here instead. Also think Commander Gaius' pants maybe is being taken by IronU instead. They're both playing a game of chicken with this corner square. Very interesting. He's going for backside here. He wants to maybe go for Devonia to block off this column 3 now. Oh my god. If they're both going for Devonia now. Do they both have the same plan in mind? All right, here we go. No, IronU is immediately going downstairs to Jory. He doesn't even want to go for Commander Gaius' pants. He also gets painting rewards for going down there, I guess. He also gets access to Spirit Ashes with Manfly Ashes from downstairs. Okay. Okay. Devonia is a one-off. And now Blanks is also going downstairs. But IronU is ahead. Oh, my lord. Coffee time. All right. Both of them running downstairs here. IronU already going down here. Fun fact, chat, I found this all by myself. I was so proud of myself. Even though I used Margit's Shackle, I just popped it everywhere. To find the secret doors in the first playthrough, and I found this one all by myself. I was so happy. I was like, dude, I found a secret wall. I found a secret wall. I left a message too. It's pretty sick. Man, first playthroughs, man. What a once in a lifetime, you know, experience. Very sacred, very sacred. Okay, looks like Blanks is not actually even going for Manningham Jory. Blanks is going for Golden Hippo here. Interesting. Why are we doing Golden Hippo? He's going for the tree skip. Very nice. Very, very nice. IronU here making his way towards Manningham Jory and also Manfly Ashes, as I've mentioned. And here we go. Hippo fight here for Blanks. Let's bring him up on the big screen. Not bad damage. It's yellow. Very nice R1s. Oh, also has Frost on his weapon now with Savage Lion's Claw. Very, very nice here from Blanks. Gets some big, chunky damage. Should get another stagger here with this Great Mace. There it is, like a baseball swing, knocking that one out of the park. This Hippo is unconscious, getting slapped in the eye. A third of the way left on this Golden Hippo. This will be a very quick pickup here for Blanks. Possibly a fourth square on the board. Another riposte. One more for the road. IronU making his way down the gravestones. Very nice. There's the Golden Hippo on the board here for Blanks. 4-2 right now. 2-square lead. What does that tell IronU? IronU going for Rakshasa. IronU going willingly for Rakshasa as an NPC boss, apparently. Oh, I see what... Oh, wait. I love IronU's idea. It's row 3. It's row 3. NPC bosses with Rakshasa, Jory as a catacomb, Death Knight as a night boss as a catacomb. Oh my days. I love this line. And Blanks is going for Devonia. He thinks column 3 is a problem, but it's actually the row 3. Here comes Weed Cutter. Iron U. Decent damage. Not fantastic, but it is decent. And decent is all you need. All you need is for it to bleed. Oh, Weed Cutter. Oh, Eve. He doesn't have a good amount of health. He does have the flasks. Nice punish. And yeah, we're looking like we're seeing a Devonia rush here from Blanks. Oh, I really like this. I really, really like this. This might actually be a row 3 bingo from Iron U if he just commits. If he sees Devonia, he knows he has a head start. This Weed Cutter is not stopping. We're a little over halfway done with Rakshasa, although she can go for a heal. That stab did not connect with Iron U now. Cancels out the Weed Cutter. Here comes the heal. He doesn't cancel the heal. That's fine. Gets his Ritual Sword back up and Ritual Shield talismans. Blank's about to go for Devonia. Weed Cutter yet again. Oh, nice dodge there from Iron U on that Weed Cutter. Devonia time now for Blanks. Oh my god. Really nice fight here from Iron U. Devonia with the golden eyes. Ooh, is that extra money? How much extra money? Nice charge dart 2 here from Blanks. There is Rakshasa. Very nice fight here from Iron U. First strike gets the armor set, 8% bonus damage. And on top of that, is going to be able to get a katana check here. Oh, I actually didn't wait for it, so never mind. Nice stagger again here on Devonia from Blanks. Very, very clean Devonia fight. Nice strafe here. Meteoric Orb Blade. Not bad. Not bad. There is Crucible Knight Devonia here now from Blanks. This should tell Iron U, like, hey, this road 3. Okay, I might have time. I might have time. I would like to see NPC bosses here from Iron U immediately. I would like to see NPC bosses first from Iron U immediately. Go for Solitary Jail Knight. Go for Black Knight Garu. That's what we want to see right now. And Blanks here making his way towards Emir right now. We do have, what is it? Duplicate already taken off the board, but maybe he's looking at blowing a finger right now. This row 4 looking very interesting for Blanks. Flora Sax with Blow a Finger, Horned Warriors, and Putrescent Knight now left over. This is giving Iron U even more time. Oh my god. If Iron U is uncontested on row 3, and he actually gets... I think he's just going to grab this Grace. He's going to go for NPC bosses first, right? Oh my god. He's doing it. He's actually doing it. He found the line. He found the line. Blank's computer is taking a shit there. We're going to the Communion Altar right now for Blanks. Blanks now rushing Blow a Finger for row 4. Oh my god. What is faster? Row 3 or row 4? What is faster? I really don't know. This could be very, very interesting. Fog Rift Catacombs. He's doing the Catacomb first as a night boss. Oh my god, this is stressful. He's hiding his progress to the very last second. He's doing one catacomb and another night boss. This will be 2 night bosses and 1 catacomb they can hold on to. And he already has the Jory Grace. And he has 1 NPC boss already. Dude, this is the ultimate prep line that is not being contested right now. And that is insane to me. Seeing Devonia, it also confirms for Iron U that right now his Road 3 is not contested. And once he sees Blow a Finger, he knows that he's still uncontested. And that at some point, he can just absolutely clock in this Road 3 and take advantage of this bingo line he's been building up secretly. There it is, Blow a Finger from Blanks. And he's just shaking his head. He's like, all right, fine. Guess what? I can still do Road 3 faster than your Road 4. Is that true? If Blanks commits to Commander Geiss's pants, I think Blanks is not even going to finish his line. Blanks doesn't want... He's going for Commander Geiss's pants. Oh my god. Oh my god. Blanks being blindsided by his own lines. Being like, hey, I have so much progression towards all these different areas. I can threat left, right, and center. I must be sniping him is probably the idea that's popping into his brain right now. I must be sniping. And in reality, no. What we're seeing right now is someone prepping a full line off of 1 square. And here comes the Death Knight in just a moment for Iron U. And here we go, Death Knight fight. Not the greatest damage, but you know what? It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Very nice punish here. Didn't have enough time for the Charge Dart 2. Goes for a Charge Dart 2 there, though. Gets a nice hit. Another Charge Dart 2 should be a stagger. Very nice. Knocks him on his butt. There we go. Almost halfway done with his Death Knight already. Blanks working on getting Spirit Ashes here. Fire Knight Hilda as a pickup just now in Shadowkeep, but right now Iron U is putting all of his eggs into 1 basket, and that basket is Row 3. He does not care. Absolutely amazing. Very nice dodges here on this Death Knight. Should get a stagger. There it is. Knock him back on his butt. And now we're going for backside. Blank's thinking, hey, I've been sniping him apparently. Let me go for Commander Geiss's pants now. Let me get this column 1, row 1 started. Not realizing that slowly Iron U is going to be taking over this row 3 very, very quickly. This line is absolutely insane. And here we are, Graveside Plains. He's going for the Solitary Jail Knight. He's going to be clocking in his kill 3 bosses with Knight in their name. And all of a sudden, Blanks is going to realize, uh-oh, this Row 3. I don't like this Row 3, but it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. Because guess what? This will be his Knight boss and his second NPC boss. He goes for Dane. He goes for Jory. GG's on Row 3. Oh my god. Is Blanks doing NPC bosses right now? Are they racing on NPC bosses? Nah. Oh my god, he's doing Dane. Oh. This is the problem I was talking about. If any squares get contested, NPC bosses should have been done first. Oh my god, here we go. Whose fights are faster? Whose fights are cleaner? Solitary Jail Knight here for Iron U. Dryleaf Dane for Blanks. Dane goes down. Halfway done with Solitary Jail Knight. Second NPC boss here for Blanks. Blanks making his way towards Solitary Jail Knight. Blank's making his way towards Solitary Jail Knight, his third NPC boss. Halfway done now with Solitary Jail Knight. If Blanks is able to heal skip Solitary Jail Knight, he snipes this away, and this row 3 is over. Really nice fight here, though, from Iron U. One more hit. Bang! There it is! There is night bosses, and now guess what? We're going for NPC bosses. Does he get Dane? Oh my god. Oh my god, my heart is pounding. Oh my god, my heart is pounding. What are you doing? He's nervous. Oh my god, does he get it? Does he get it? Does he get it? Where's the damage? Solitary Jail Knight can heal. Blank's taking hits here from Solitary Jail Knight. He has to hurry up, and he knows that he's trying to greed these R1s. He's swinging them in the corner. Solitary Jail Knight swinging back. Oh my god, but Dane is also taking damage. Oh my god, and Blanks blocks it. Oh my days. And there goes the row 3 out the window. Iron U is now in hot, hot fire. Blanks skipped the healing. Oh my god. And it's over. It's over. Iron U put all of his eggs into one basket. It's Jover. Oh my god. Blanks has a 4-square lead, has majority. That was the last line he needed to block. That was the... Oh no, the, row 2. Row 2 is still open. Oh my god. Hold on, chat. Dude, that's insane. He should have done NPC bosses first. He should have done NPC bosses first. I said that. I did say that though. Not because it was like, oh, it's an obvious play. Out of all the things, NPC bosses is the easiest block. 100%.
We're so back.
Yo, welcome in, dude. You just missed an insane interaction.
What happened?
Okay. Do you see?
Let me pull up the board.
Okay, I got you up on screen here. Hi, Cat. Okay, so NPC bosses just got sniped by Blanks. Iron U put all of his eggs into one basket and worked on every single square on row 3. He has Jory Catacomb already set up. He did a Death Knight as a Catacomb. He was going for only row 3, and that was it. He was not responding to a single thing Blanks was putting on the board, and just got sniped by NPC bosses by 5 seconds. And now
oh my God.
We are crumbling right now for Iron U. And now we're just crumbling.
I like the idea.
He should have done NPC bosses first. He first committed on night bosses over NPC bosses, and I think that was his big misplay. He would have had that row 3. He would have had it. He had everything lined up perfectly. He just did the wrong order.
Is that something he could have foreseen, or is this just like it just happened that way?
No, I think it's a foreseen thing. NPC bosses is a lot easier to execute on, I think, than night bosses, especially because night bosses is more niche, whereas NPC bosses is like anything. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
His reaction when he got sniped?
I mean, obviously unhappy.
Yeah.
Definitely unhappy. My lord, dude.
I mean, he sort of did the same thing in the last game, right? Of like build everything in a row and then wait to claim them all at once. And the thing with that is you're taking such a huge gamble. There's a chance you'll completely run away with the game, but if you miscalc at all or they just happen to do something you're holding and hiding priority on, you get cooked.
Yeah. It's actually insane. Actually insane, man. Just devastation in that regard. He's just constantly shaking his head because he knows that was just his one win con, and he was literally moments away. He was literally 5 seconds away from winning on a bingo line on row 3. Literally 5 seconds. Because if he got
That's
NPC
so
bosses, he would have won 110%. There was no way for Blanks to respond to that row 3 if he got NPC bosses, which is so tough. And now he's just trying to put out a fire. That's all he's trying to do right now. And Blanks right now is moving towards Jory Catacomb. He wants this column 1. He's going for Mattingham Jory.
Yeah, that's a good combo. And also, it doesn't, like, if I'm Iron and I'm playing defense, it looks like from the square density that Blanks has been sort of jumping around. So maybe I don't immediately think he's going to go for the 1-2, because Jory Mattingham, once you mark Jory, it is what, 45 seconds before you mark Mattingham. Like they're right next to each other, so it's gonna avalanche. But maybe Iron doesn't think he's going for that because it's so deep. But if you're in Blanks's shoes, you're basically thinking like, okay, well, he hasn't marked anything in a while. This is a deep square combo that he's likely not doing, even though we know Iron actually does have some progress on Jory, but he's just not going to go for it.
Yeah. Although, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's currently at Bellerot right now. He does still have the Joy Grace. If he can always pivot. He can always pivot.
He needs snipes now.
Yeah.
What is he? So what going into Bellerot? Is he thinking like, okay, let me just get some quick squares?
I am not sure. I think he just wants to now try and progress everything else because he's been missing out, because he's been so hyper focused on row 3.
Oh, he's not happy. Understandably.
I'd be fuming, bro. He, like, genuinely, everything that he did after Dupe a Remembrance was just row 3. He set everything up for row 3 just to get sniped by 5 seconds. Like, that is devastation of its finest. And the only reason why he did not get it, by the way, is because Blank's heal flask skipped on Solitary Jail Knight. He kept him. He kept him in a corner and just was pummeling him. He did not let him heal a single time. And Iron U, his Solitary Jail Knight did heal. That's the difference maker. That's insane. Genuinely insane. My days, dude.
Well, if it's any consolation, I almost threw up running home. So we're...
You didn't have to run. That's crazy. That you can run from your office to your house is cool, though.
I went from a nice walk on the way there, and then on the way home, I ran. And it's so hot outside.
Yeah. I appreciate your run. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I no worries. I when I opened the thing and I was like, Dom's alone. I gotta go. But damn. Okay, so if we're Iron, what's the win con, right? I feel like there's not any rows for us. Wow, he's playing so risky. I low-key do this too. Like, if I'm tilting a little bit, I feel like I greed more on fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you have to play more risky. Like I said before, right? The more there is a deficit, the more risk you have to put into your plays. If you're ahead or if you're, behind, you just start playing more risky, because if you're ahead, you're like, hey, I can be more risky because I'm ahead. If you're behind, you're like, I have to be more risky because I have to make up time. So, and that's exactly where Iron U is right now. He's like, hey, I have to make up time for investing everything into row 3. So I'm just going to be taking hits. I'm going to be trading blows as much as I can. And right now, okay, Blank's
could be a snipe.
Yeah, he's in Bellerot right now.
That charge R2, I don't know about that. That's so risky. Going for Endure, okay, I kind of like that against Queeline. The only problem is Queeline has some combos that if you get caught by the first one and then the second and third hits, you're just going to die. at anything below like Skidoo 7 or 8 or something, but that's good. Very nice. This will be a square and also taking some priority away from Blanks. But that being said, there's other stuff for Blanks to do here. Like, this isn't the only square that Blanks needs. He also has priority on Lion, Bear, Hippo. So there's some difference maker there.
Oh, Blanks sees the queen line. He's like, all right, I'm going back to Jory. I'm gonna do column 1. You just did Queen Bellerot? All right, fine. You can go ahead and do the rest in Bellerot. I'm going to go clean up this line.
This is basically exactly what happened last game, where it's hard to know from Iron's perspective, obviously, that this is something Blanks is thinking about, but if you're Blanks and you're splitting progress, which is what you're supposed to do when you're ahead, he's doing 2 different things, and then once he sees Iron mark something in Bellerot, then Blanks is like, okay, well, then my win con is free. Yeah, this is the correct move from Blanks. This is how you're supposed to play from ahead for sure. Just really tough.
Yeah, really, really tough. And I know for people that are maybe new to watching, being like, oh, he's got outside information. You got to understand that NPC bosses before Spirit Ashes was the only way to block column 2 and row 3. And a lot of people play for majority. As you can see, he went for Devonia. He went for Blow a Finger after Devonia. He went for Golden Hippo and Spirit Ashes. He's going for things to block out lines. NPC bosses is an obvious block, especially because he killed Ancient Dragon Man very early on into the match. So to him, it's like, I already have one. I might as well just finish this.
There's also the other side of it, which is like, you know, he didn't do NPC bosses in the first 25 minutes or something. You know what I mean? Like, he left it for so long.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not like he has some outside information. I think he just was like, it's probably time to do this.
Yeah.
Because it's surprising that it was there for that long anyway, maybe. But yeah, now Iron is just doing everything in Bellerot. We know this is unfortunately the wrong call. It's just very hard to make that choice because, you know, I don't know. Jory Mattinghand is basically 1 square, so maybe you can make the read that he's going there. But he marked Spirit Ashes, which doesn't scream priority here. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think if you're Iron, it's really hard to know that this is happening right now.
I mean, not necessarily, because column 1 does have 3 squares in it.
Yes.
Oh, and he's going there now, but it's just a little too late. Blanks is already inside, and now Iron U is in the catacombs as well. It's just a little too late. He thought he had some time.
I think one reason why you could have argued to do this immediately is because he already had 1 catacomb done, so he gets 3 squares for the price of 1, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe this would have been the better call. But granted, it's not over yet. Blanks could absolutely die to Jory. This is a fight that, if it goes off script, can be really dangerous.
Yeah.
The script is tight, and if you hit it, you're fine. But if you go off script at all, you can be in a pretty difficult situation.
It wasn't a wrong TP, by the way, guys. It was not. He had to pick up the gesture. So it wasn't a wrong TP. He didn't have the gesture yet. For some reason, he didn't pick it up. Which definitely cost him time. And now we might see another snipe here from Blanks on Jory, and this is going to be possibly the nail in the coffin for this matchup. Man, bro, that row 3 bingo would have been so freaking sick, man. Oh, that would have been so spiced, dude. Because he was building it for like the last 15 minutes. Like, it was just silence on the board, and Blanks just marking things around the row 3, but not the row 3. And I was like, bro, if Blanks just keeps doing that, he's giving Iron U confirmation that he's not working towards it. And he could just fully commit to it. And it was almost perfect. It was almost perfect.
Blanks' fight is looking pretty clean so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're able to get this backstab off the get up, you're in pretty good shape. And the charge R2 as well. The good thing is if you get Jory out of the teleport and he starts doing another attack, he's not going to teleport for a second. So, like, you can get these staggers.
Big staggers, too, yeah.
And then it's been a minute since teleport. Okay, on this get up, go around the back and get the backstab. And now it's going to be a second before he teleports.
You guys have to get him away from the wall. That's actually a very good attack to get him away from the wall. And now we're in Jory as well now here for Iron U. But Blanks already.
Yeah.
I don't think Blanks would pivot either after getting Jory. I think he would just close it out. Oh, and Irony doesn't even get the backstab. And there it is. And there it is.
Yeah, and Blanks is immediately
That's just devastation.
going straight for Matting Hand.
That's just devastation.
Okay, hear me out. He dies to Matting Hand. Okay.
I mean, it can happen, but this Jory fight is not a good Jory fight from Iron U just yet. He keeps getting tagged. Summons keep happening.
Gotta get out of there, that fire.
Yeah, a lot of fire happening as well. A giant arc on top. Oh my Jesus Christ. Small arcs now on top of that. He's going to teleport here in a second.
Good. Back on script.
But doesn't
Blanks is
matter.
getting the grace and not pivoting. Okay. I mean, there's no reason to pivot. You should just close it out. But you never know.
Wow, dude. Just wow, man. Wow. Insane.
And this weapon's gonna eviscerate the Matting Hand.
He's got Savage Lion's Claw and the Great Mace with Frost on it. He should definitely be just spamming that, to be honest. Switching to the Great Katana. Oh, nice. Okay. And there it is. Bang.
Wow.
Dude. And Blanks doesn't even know. Blanks doesn't even know that this row 3 could have been his demise.
I think if you're Blanks, you have to imagine you got some snipes in the mid to late game. Because there was so long with no marks, and then Queeline and Bell are out the first mark. So, like, obviously, you know you got some, but you don't know to the extent.
Insane. Genuine devastation here for Iron U, man. Playing fantastically, making good calls, but being punished that badly, right? Being punished that badly is just tough to bounce back from. 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. The play throughout was consistent and fast. The boss fights were fast and good. The lines are good. Blanks just made a lot of very good late game decisions.
Yep. All right, here we go. Let's bring in the base game first. My lord, dude. I feel like I just rewatched Grand Pooh Bear versus Bushy.
Oh. How dare you even speak the old texts? How dare you mention the ancient tomes?
That was something, man. It's definitely to that effect, 100%. Well, let's bring them in here. We'll talk about the games. Yo, GG's, guys. GG's.
GG's, guys.
GG's.
Wow. I mean, bro. Blanks doesn't know, but Iron, man, my heart goes out to you, bro. My heart goes out to you. Very tough match overall, but you guys played phenomenal. I have match 1 up right now. If you want to check out the matches chat in the Discord, I have match 1 up right now board wise. First off, fantastic 2 matches. I know maybe it doesn't feel like it from either end, maybe necessarily, but from our perspective, it was insane to watch. Very tough calls, very tough snipes. Especially
the snipe density, the sheer density of snipes was truly unbelievable. This is a match worth going back and watching, I think.
100%.
Okay. Yeah.
For you guys, it was very tough.
I didn't really see a whole lot what was going on.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing we kept saying. Blanks was like, you have no idea. Like.
So
wow.
we'll lay out the beginning for both of you guys. So both of you guys rushed duelists. Blanks got that. Both of you guys rushed friendly NPCs. Blanks got that. Mostly on Yuri, RNG, and just Knight's Greatsword just having better range than the Stone Club.
Yeah. I should have
And
went for.
yeah, that's the question I guess I have for both of you guys. Why did you pick the weapon that you went with? Stone Club, I thought was a great pick, Iron U, just for, you know, Deathbirds and also Gargoyles and Blackblade Kindred. But then also Blanks, you going for the Knight's Greatsword here was obviously a solid pick because it has range. You can put Wild Strikes on it. So what was your guys' ideas as to why you went for which one? Blanks, if you want to go first.
Yeah, so I chose that class mostly because of the ability to wield a weapon within 2 stat points. So I grabbed the Lance of Toon Rune, and also it had 15 arcane. So all I had to do was level 15 times to get the 30 arcane square. So I mean that was the thought process, and also it's just a strong weapon to have early on, especially being wieldable within 3 levels is always pretty strong with a starting class.
Yeah.
So I chose that one, and then I was like, okay, like duelists is fine here, or one duelist is fine here. And then afterwards, I was like, okay, I guess NPC's not being marked, so I'll just go for that, because I grabbed the first step grace. So I had kind of prepped that in case Iron, like, full rush duelist, and I got sniped on that. I at least had a little bit of prep on the NPC square. I ended up getting both, and then I was, like, really, really confused. I didn't know what was going on. And so I assumed that he was just doing the long play of going for Scar Seals. So I kind of left that alone for a bit and got set up. And then I got really worried that he went for like a full setup route and that I'd lose to just like weapon level later on in the match. So I just went for like weapon level at that point in the match.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Iron U, why did you go for the Stone Club?
Well, first of all, it's a weapon I like, but I kinda hide the Deathbird and Deathrider at the start, but then I kinda second-guessed myself and went for duelists. My route there was a bit shaky since I'm not exactly sure of the best lines to go for duelists, so I ended up losing that. Then friendly NPCs, I think, we are mere seconds away as well.
Yeah,
it was really close on the NPCs. It was really just like a back step from Yura was like the difference maker.
Damn.
Also, one too many piercing fangs for Iron U's Yura. Or
I
like
see.
your Knight's Greatsword could cancel it out a little bit. His Stone Club couldn't really reach.
Yeah, I think that's my. If I wasn't going to go for Deathbird, that's right away, I just shouldn't have picked the club, because not only do you get like more range, but just for cancels, I think the tap R2 on the duelists also cancels him. So yeah, I think it was just way better.
Yeah, so that was definitely just a tough start, right? But then you after getting sniped on those 2 squares, you really just went for a bit more setup, which I thought was a really smart idea. Being like, hey, okay, let me just try and set this up and try and go for maybe something later on once I can see an opening. And then Blanks, you still kind of went for a lot of the early game stuff, right? Grabbing Knight's Calves, grabbing Scar Seals. Iron U, did you ever consider wanting to stat dump for the 30 arcane to try and get rid of some pressure, or was that maybe just not something you really liked doing?
Well, I don't know exactly my classes stats, but I think 30 arcane was like kind of far away. I mean, I could have with the runes that I grabbed. Maybe I could have. That's the board. Let me pull the board again. Sorry. So that I see where it was placed.
It was top right diagonal.
Yeah. I thought it was nice. I mean,
it's a tough square because you kind of lose out on leveling health and leveling stats for your weapon. But at that time, it might have been at least nice to kind of like get rid of some pressure, right?
Yeah, I probably should have. Since I had max weapon, I could have like just brought down after to get some stats for myself if I needed to. So.
And it was tough because I think like weirdly enough, the same thing happened actually back to back, base game and DLC, where Iron U sees the line, and all he needs is just execute on one square to kind of clean up the whole thing, and that then being taken away. Imbued sword keys on this one, right? And then NPC bosses in the next game here. Would you say that that's something that you, however, had like much success in, Iron, is like trying to like hide progress on the line and then bulldoze that line in one swift move?
I think I really managed to do that just fine. In base game, maybe a bit less, cause I mean, I do have more experience in DLC bingo now, and the base game, this base game format in particular, I'm not too familiar with. I'm trying to learn a lot of things, but
Yeah.
one of the things I could have done and just didn't think about right away is the Scarsil, setting up my stones with Scarsil talismans.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I lost both friendly NPCs and duelists, I went for my usual route because that's just what I'm used to.
Right.
But yeah, Scarcel would have been a nice thing to
So,
mark.
Blanks, for your edification, basically, I think Iron made a very smart play, but it just wound up not working out in the long run of sort of in both games. Once you started running away with majority, Iron starts prepping secretly multiple squares in one line at the same time. So in base game, it was top left, bottom right. So he had made progress, killed several Erdtree avatars, got one imbued key, got a bow, and got several incants, and was sort of hiding progress on all four. And then, Blanks, from your perspective, from what it looked like to me, is you chose imbued keys because you were like, this is a square there's no way he's doing. I am just going to continue doing majority stuff with this big of a lead that seems safe. Is that accurate?
Yeah. So like, his win con is to snipe away incants and or trees while I try to go for that. And then he has a bow already for Godric, because I already did Godric with Nefeli Lu. So that was kind of his square. And then the only win con in my eyes was that he snipes away those two squares in the top left. So I went for the imbued sword keys just because it just was the longest block, or like I guess like the least block. Not only that, but it also built up row 4, and the plan was to do Grail right after, and then doing Grail right after got me the money for Remembrance. So that was kind of the line that I had in mind. The sequence of events was to do imbued sword keys to block, continue doing a majority, do Grail for another threat on row 4, and then do Remembrance. So I was just trying to like take away all the possible synergies, the possible win cons, as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Was there ever a consideration of doing bow-only Radon for you so you could actually do this bottom left to top right diagonal with Morgott? Because it would give you capital access?
I actually haven't really practiced bow-only on Radon, but I do know that Iron has tried to do stuff with Radon, with Remembrance, with bow-only, dagger-only, whip-only. I know that he's comfortable with the fight, so I didn't want to kind of like contest that, I guess, because he might have that in his brain of what he wants to do. So I just was kind of trying to execute my own game plan rather than, trying to force myself into a mold I don't fit into.
Smart.
Fair. Yeah, insane first match here. We can move over to the second match, which I feel like is even more painful. Just not even probably more painful for Iron You than it is for me, but I was very much rooting for what you were trying to do here. This was a very interesting board where the early game was very slow, right? Both of you guys kind of took your time setting things up. Craft 2 Unique Hefty Pots wasn't marked until like 8 minutes. And at that point, you guys already had different things kind of set up as well. For Iron You, was the row 3 always something that you liked, or was it after you got Giant Lightning Ram that you're like, okay, I have to find something that I could do to put pressure on Blanks?
So, I mean, I kinda, since Blanks like did early squares, unique hefty pots, I kinda thought that maybe he had races closer to Belrod than I did. So I kinda wanted to force him on his own prior. And the plan was either bottom left to top, bottom right, top left to bottom right diag, or the row 3,
Yeah.
That was the two potential plans. And then I did something very, very dumb, which is quit out at the wrong spot when going out of the Dark Light Catacomb. So I ended up getting aggroed again, and so I had to quit out a second time. And if I didn't do that,
Yeah.
I think I killed the NPC square.
It was
So this
tough, yeah.
This was the other row, Blanks, was row 3, was a similar thing where Iron is sort of prepping all 3 simultaneously, and you sniped him on NPC bosses by like 5 seconds, maybe less.
Oh, I could tell when he marked night bosses, I full greeted Solitary Knight. I was like, I don't care if I die, I have to just full greet this fight. I have to get a no heal. So that was the only way that I was able to get the NPC bosses quick.
Smart. Yeah, makes sense. We were talking about that too, of like in moments in bingo where you just have to start playing risky. Like you don't have the luxury of taking fights consistent and slow. You're like, okay, well, I just have to back him into a corner and pray.
Yep, that was my plan.
But Iron, the game plan was so... I feel like if you take something away from this match, it's that like the theory is working. You know, the game plan works. I think it was so close to being like, this is Iron's game all the way.
Do you, yeah, question on that. Like, do you think, and it also Blanks if you want to answer this as well, but we'll have Iron say this first, like what he's thinking. Do you think the sequence of night bosses into NPCs was maybe the reason why you also lost that instead of doing NPCs first over night bosses?
The thing is, if I wanna do like night bosses with Death Knight, I think that he can just do night bosses before I like finish the catacomb. It's just very fast to do. I didn't know if he had progress, maybe 1, maybe 2. If he's going for NPCs as well, he's killing Solitary Knight, so that's 1 night boss. I wasn't exactly sure of his progress on that, so I wanted to progress on that first. My main, probably my main mistake was over prepping, like grabbing the Dark Light Catacomb Grace. If I don't grab that, like it's at least a minute that I gain back, and I mean, I'm not sure if Blanks had like progress towards Jory or not, but
not until after, after NPC bosses. Then he started splitting Bellerat and Darklight, and then when you marked Queeline, he warped.
For Blanks here, then the same question pretty much. If Iron, you would have marked NPC bosses before night bosses, was that still a line that you thought you might have a chance at blocking at all, even if he had already 2 night bosses? Because I feel like at that point, it would have been way more difficult, and because vice versa, right? If you're looking at it, NPC bosses, you have quicker options, and the other options for night bosses are kind of more... there's a lot more traveling involved and a little bit more difficulty, especially because Dane is such an easy one-off. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me know what you thought of that.
First of all, I don't know what the night bosses were, because I mean it's kind of ambiguous with the mark. So if you guys can tell me which night bosses were done, I might have a better answer for you.
It was Solitary Jail Knight, Rolana, and then Death Knight in a Catacomb.
Death Knight in a Catacomb. Okay, yeah. So then I just lose the game if I lose NPC bosses.
Yes.
Right.
I don't know. Like that. Yeah, that's if he went all out of Death Knight and I still lost NPC bosses, that's just tough. And then I guess for NPC bosses, it was also Solitary Jail Knight and Dane.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. I think for me, center square being marked so early, it just opens up the door to so many different threats, and especially on this board, like I thought he was maybe going for Devonia and then trying to pressure the column 3, but later on I realized that when he marked night bosses, I'm like, okay, this is the pivotal square. I have to get NPC bosses or it's really tough. I was considering just straight up doing Jory after he marked, or like when I got in the Shadow Keep, and like when I was considering going towards Devonia, I was like, do I just do Jory here? But also at the same time, he could be going for Devonia, then pressuring column 3. So for me, I was in a tough spot the whole time because he got center square so early, and it was like such like a, I don't know, not really like a one-off, but it didn't really hinder his map progress. I also went down there too, so we were kind of even on map progress at that point in the game. So
yeah, I do want to, something Iron that you said that I want to actually push back on is you said you think you over prepped going to Darklight Catacomb. I actually think if you're gonna do this thing where you hide progress on multiple squares, I do think you have to go all the way, because I think the way you did it is actually smart. Because I agree with Blanks that if you get the Death Knight Catacomb as one of your night bosses and NPC bosses away from Blanks, you win the game automatically because you already have the Darklight Catacomb Graces. But if you don't have Darklight Catacombs, the Grace at all, then Blanks has to race you. Or it has to be a proper race rather than you have 2 minutes of advantage. So I actually think, I mean, I don't know how you feel, Iron, about the game overall, but I think the game plan is good, personally.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of considered like pressuring column 3 before going for row 3.
Okay.
To kind of force him on maybe Egon's third finger, because it's a square that can take you a little bit. I mean, if he already had South, not that long. I was also kinda worried that he would just push for row 4, because since he amount Flora sucks, I didn't know his progress to a Patrician Knight, so it was kinda scary as well.
Yeah, getting forced into PK is so tough. Getting forced into that South is so bad.
If row 4 was a bit faster, I would have just sent that, I think.
Yeah.
If the 4 Horn Warriors and the PK is a bit slow, I think he could get row 3 or column. I guess column 3 does get blocked by the Devonia, but I thought you can get row 3 before I would have a chance to finish row 4.
Definitely
So,
tough.
I think if I just play if you say he got, did you get a hit skip on the storytelling?
Sorry, can you say that again?
He did, yeah. He got the heal skip,
okay.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah, so I basically, like, when you marked night bosses, I was going down the stairs to fight him, and I knew that you probably had one more left, which would probably be Dane, because Solitary Knight is kind of implied with the night boss mark. So it was basically my Solitary Knight versus your Dane. So I basically just prayed and just spammed R1 and would take hits and just trade with him, and it ended up working out, so...
Yeah, it was kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie. Having him perfectly in the corner like that was just an insane blessing. Because if he was out in the open room, he would have tried to roll backwards. But if AIs are, they have like a wall to their back, they stop rolling really. They just try to like swing out of it most of the time. But I like looking at the board. Obviously, it looks like that it was like a blowout, but in reality, it really wasn't. Like this board was very intimidating. From both ends, right?
This was anyone's game right up until the last second.
Yeah, 100%. So, fantastic games from both of you guys.
Yeah.
I think it was very, very fun to watch both matches. That's all I got to say. If you guys want to watch those matches back, I think it'd be really worth it. I think you guys have both great plans, obviously, when you play bingo, and just some refinement on some things could really change how future matches go for you. But definitely huge props to both of you guys for playing today. I really appreciate it. Blanks take another 2 points here on the leaderboard here, running away with 6 points right now. We'll see you guys again next week for some more matches. Best of luck on those matches. There is still some points to get onto the leaderboard with, even for you, Iron U, so please don't lose hope. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday, and thanks so much for playing, okay?
GG's, guys.
Thank you.
GG's. Have a good day, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, and with that, holy schmoly, Ada, thanks again for hopping onto the call with me here, running a marathon.
Sorry about the
you're
interruption.
Fine, it was comedic. You at first being like frozen and then getting on your Discord to talk to me on your phone, to then that also crashing, to where then I brought up my cat that then licked my face, and then to you then popping back on. It was just it was great.
I love commentating bingo. I love talking about that, because I think the fun thing for me is like I would be watching anyway. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's kind of like an excuse to watch and
just
also
hang
do
out.
something. And so I just love talking bingo. I think it's so fascinating, and I think the meta continues to develop in interesting ways, and it just continues to grow. Guys, if this is your first time watching Bingo Brawlers, whether on YouTube or Twitch, please follow, subscribe. The event is only growing every season. And of course, there is an in-person event for Bingo Brawlers in Long Beach, California next month, baby. I'll be
Yes,
there.
sir.
Dom's going to be there.
Maybe.
Everyone who's anyone is going to be there, baby, and you want to be there. It's going to be sick.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah, tickets are available. There are only like 80 seats left, and there will not be any more extensions. So once those 80 seats are gone, they're gone. All right, so please get yourself a ticket. It's only $30 a seat. Only $30 a seat. So come out and see the finals in person. And Adef, tell the people about yourself. Can you, where can we find you? What do you do?
Well, first I'm going to give some hot tech on Long Beach, okay? Because as a Los Angeles resident, I have some information for folks. If people are on the fence because Long Beach doesn't sound like Los Angeles, it's very, very close. There are 4 airports you could fly into, okay? You got LAX, the tried and true, baby. An Uber from LAX to a hotel in Long Beach, 30, 40 minutes, not so bad, okay? Burbank Airport, it's smaller. The Uber's gonna be a bit longer. I don't recommend it. Long Beach Airport, if you can swing that, mamma mia, you could walk to the venue. And then John Wayne Airport in Orange County, that's a press in case of emergency. That's a bit further, but there's lots of options. You can find me as Adef on everything, but mostly just watch bingo.
Sounds great. And Adef, where are we sending the people today? We're rating out.
Oh, that's a great question.
Everyone always gets curveballed by that. I feel like I've been doing this for 6 seasons where I ask the co-host, and people are still like, "Oh, god damn it!" Follower list, follower list.
I'm on Arlie's computer right now. So
Oh, true.
I'm looking at
true.
her following list, but we have a lot of overlap. You know, my boy Andy is doing an archipelago. He's doing an 81 game archipelago with a big community. I think he's playing a bunch of Zelda games or something.
Jesus.
That could be fun.
All right, yeah, we can send him over to Andy. That sounds fun.
ANDY, baby.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Let's go ahead and do that, chat. We're going to go ahead and close out today. Thanks so much for watching. Tomorrow are going to be 2 matches, and Saturday 2 matches. So just yesterday and today were one-offs, one-off matches for scheduling conflicts. So thanks so much for tuning in for today. I appreciate you. Go ahead and check out the website if you want to stay up to date on when the matches are happening, who's commentating, points, and all that stuff. We're trying to keep it all up to date as much as possible. But thanks so much for watching. Have a great Friday, guys. We'll see you guys soon. You might see me later today, actually. Today was a bit of a short stream for Bingo Match, so I might hop on back again later and do some practice matches with the players. We'll see. But with that, have a great Friday, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, 12 p.m. CST for matches. Ta-ta. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.